Carrington, and FM 100.1, K261EW, Carrington, locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
We have come to the finish line, at least of the regular season. Oh, it's not even close to the finish line of the Full 9 Yards podcast. You knew you weren't going to be that fortunate, surely.
No, you're not.
I am BJ Walters from KDAK, the Cardinal. I'm actually working tonight after this show. Ricky Clovercamp is the sports director at KDDR, the Tornado. He will be working after tomorrow's show. That's right, 2 different shows for you this week.
How lucky for everybody.
Yeah, how about that? Two shows for everybody. And if you don't straighten up and fly right, it will get worse.
We'll make this a daily show if you guys don't.
Oh, gosh.
If you guys don't behave yourselves, we'll make it a daily show. So you guys better behave.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think I have the patience for a daily show like this.
No, I don't think I do too. But you know what we do have the patience for? We are now to the point where the scenarios are screaming out to us. And a lot of things were decided last week. Here's the plan for our show this week. Tonight, we're going to talk about what happened last week and preview only the games that are going on tonight. Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channels. Yes, KDAK, you're still going to get it. We will talk about tonight's games and preview the ramifications of tomorrow, especially in Region 1 of Class A. But, Ricky, a fascinating night a week ago. Valley City finally, it took them a while, but they figure out that they've got this running back and they should probably just hand the ball to him.
Yeah.
Carrington wins but gets eliminated. Harvey wins but gets eliminated. And in Region 4, we've got a showdown on the final night. That's coming up tomorrow. So all in all, a pretty interesting week a week ago.
Yeah, very interesting week. Yeah, Valley City takes advantage of the fact that Oaks is being held together by duct tape, Band-Aids, and hopes and dreams currently, because there's so many kids injured on that team. I mean, Oaks has just been beat. You take a hammer to them, and they have just been destroyed by injuries. And I talked to Greg Dolbitz. He just can't believe it. Because this Oaks team was projected to be number 2 in the region, and they get so beat up. They lose Max Klein, their number one lineman. They lose their wideout in Reese Nitschke week 3. They lose their number 1 tight end in Nathan Schmitz for half the season, and lost him again last week. I mean, it's just, this team is unlucky, and they get
extremely unlucky.
And they get beat by Valley City.
Extremely unlucky.
The first team that Valley City scores a touchdown on that it was not 9-man last year.
And Valley City
all
of a sudden have a chance to make the playoffs. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
I don't know what Jerry is going to do tomorrow night, but if they beat Northern Cass, that's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if he's cheering for his team. I don't know if he's cheering against his team. I have no idea.
Have fun in Langdon, Jerry.
I mean, it's weird,
right?
So because do you really want to make the trip to Langdon just to watch
them lose? Yeah,
it is odd. All right, so
again, that's what talk tomorrow.
In Region 2, that's right. We will talk Region 1 tomorrow. In Region 2, are you surprised? I think I know the answer, but are you surprised that Park River actually gave Langdon a decent game?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I figured Park River could put up a decent game against Langdon. I thought that Park River was the number 4 team last week. I didn't have them in the top 5 this week. I had to make room for Botno, but Park River put up a good fight. I ended up losing to Langdon by 20, but I mean, Langdon still immortal, but maybe less immortal.
That's the first time anyone has scored double-digit points on them this year.
Yeah.
Just an amazing season that the future state champs are having.
I like that we've already inaugurated them as state champs. Oh,
of course we have. Look at them.
They are excellent. This is the second time a team has put double digits on them. Rugby put 12 on them earlier this year.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Rugby put 12 on them.
Of course, that was like 50-something to 12 or something.
42 to 12. Yeah.
Yeah, 42.
So I mean,
so
Langdon's
here's what
going
happened
away.
in Thompson. No doubt. Here's what happened in Thompson. Grafton led 12-0 in the fourth quarter. Thompson went down and scored. Brody Lilmoen threw, and I'm sorry to be this guy, but I'm going to be this guy. He threw the worst interception I've ever seen in my life. His receiver fell down. He stared it down and said, you know what? Let's see if you can catch it anyway. And it got intercepted. Thompson went down the field and scored. They beat Grafton 14-12, eliminating Carrington and eliminating Harvey Wells County in the process. I got to tell you, Ricky, that game started an hour before ours. That was a gut punch in the press box.
Yeah, I believe it. You know what, BJ, that's just too dang bad. And I wonder how, like, that'd be one of those Dokes memes that you see online now. Is I wonder if he did it on purpose. I mean, to knock out two teams out of the postseason with one play. I mean, heartbreaking Harvey, heartbreaking Carrington. I mean, Carrington, honestly, and let's call a spade here, BJ. Let's call a spade. Carrington shouldn't be in the postseason anyways.
Not as banged up as they are, no. I mean, you can't have you can't be playing with 40% of your opening night offensive line and be near as good as you thought you could be. And I think that's true for any team. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's a Carrington special. I mean, come on. But it's one of those situations where Carrington caught just as many bad breaks as Oaks did with injuries. Because this is their 280-pound, 6'7" nose tackle, that tears up a labrum in his shoulder. This is your left tackle the weekend after opening night that falls out of a golf cart and separates his shoulder. This is your defensive lineman who's playing through a 2-year injury and is probably going to play college football after he gets it checked out. I mean, these are crucial guys that you just have to have if you're going to be a playoff team.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't have them means that you are in trouble, and that's why Carrington's not in the postseason. Got eliminated last week, and I mean, Region 2, I mean, it's mostly settled. I mean, he does have.
Yep, we'll get to it in the second segment, but there is something on the line in the game that you're going to hear on KDAK tonight. There is something on the line, and it's all about matchups and what have you. Did want to dive into the big schools because we'll start talking about these during our playoff shows. Ricky, the AA game that everyone had their eyes on, a couple of them last week. Kindred beat Grand Forks Central 27-7. Kindred is probably going to be the number 2 overall seed and the number 1 seed in the East. And Minot North got a heck of a game from Devil's Lake, but they beat them 26-20. I was very surprised. Look, I just think the world of Minot North. I'm very surprised Devil's Lake hung tough with them.
I'm surprised, too, just looking at the numbers. I don't know much about any of the upper divisions, but Minot North, number 1 seed. You're saying that Kindred will get the number 2. I think Devil's Lake putting up that performance against Minot North might very well throw Kindred straight into that number 1 talks. I mean, come on. I know the polls this week show Minot North still on top, but they're receiving 7 first-place votes. I'd say Kindred could get that number 1 overall spot in the postseason.
I should qualify. In AA, they don't actually seed this. It's just the 1 in the East plays the 4 in the West. The 1 in the West plays the 4 in the East, et cetera, et cetera. I also wanted to point your attention towards a goofy thing that's happening in AAA, Ricky. We've talked about all the teams that have been number 1. I got something even funnier for you. In the West, 3 teams last week went into the week at 2-0. The other 3 teams were not only 0-2, and one of these teams have to make the playoffs. The other 3 teams were not only 0-2 in the region, they were all 0-6 for the season. And one of them has to make the playoffs.
Well, that's going to be Mandan because they beat Williston. They not
that's
only
right,
beat Williston, they beat the tires off of Williston. My goodness.
They did.
69-34.
Drove all that way and got whooped. But yeah,
Williston.
Poor Williston indeed. And by the way, when Minot North goes up to AAA, they're going to destroy Minot.
Yeah.
I mean, Minot's 0-6. Now 0-7. They lost to Century last week. Minot North, the first time those 2 teams play, the new kids on the block are going to win.
I think maybe we should have some promotion relegation here. Maybe
yes,
we relegate.
What is that?
Relegate
12 teams in AAA and 12 teams in AA.
Maybe we relegate Minot down, and that way we just keep the numbers, the same. same. We don't need to. Minot North gets moved up. Minot gets moved down, and you guys keep 12 teams in both of them.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, 9-man talk from last week. We talked about Alexander and Divide County. It went 40-20 Alexander. That probably means they will be the number 4 overall seed, which likely sends them to New Rockford in a semifinal. We will see how that goes. Linton 36-14 over Kidder County. So Ricky owes Kidder County an apology. He thought that would be a 30.
Yeah, sorry, Kidder. I owe you a little bit of apology. Yeah,
I owe a massive apology to our guy Coach Olson and company.
Mhm.
I said that Sargent County Mayport would be a close game between two teams that can't score, and boy was I wrong.
You were so wrong. You owe the entire county of Sargent an apology.
I do. And
46-8.
congratulations, guys. I was wrong. Trust me, Ricky's married. He knows this. The best trait a man can have is the ability to say they're wrong. I was wrong.
Yes, you were. And Sargent County wins again, and we'll have to talk more Sargent County tomorrow because, actually, we can talk about them briefly.
Yeah, we're going to talk about them in the second segment. That's right.
Because they play Lisbon today, and Lisbon's in trouble.
And that is a whole lot more interesting than it was 2 weeks ago. Ricky, your thoughts on some of these 9-man matchups that are now set? You've got Hatton Northwood playing New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock. You've got South Border playing North Border. I actually love that game. I think that's going to be a tremendous first-round game.
Mm-hmm. I think that should be a good one. That should be a fun one. 4 wins will get walloped by Lemoore. Vance is going to have a fun call on that one.
Probably not going to be 4 wins.
Oh, is it?
Probably not going to be 4 wins because 4 wins have New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock tonight, and North Prairie have St. John.
Well, either way, it will still be a walloping.
Actually, it will be 4 wins because they're going to lose. Good call, Ricky. My bad.
No.
So, yeah, it's going to be 4 wins against Lemoore. The one thing I can tell you about that game that's going to be next Saturday is the ball's not going to be in the air much because 4 wins does not want to throw it, and Lemoore doesn't have to.
Yeah, just hand the ball off to Thielges. Where's Thielges? Oh, he's in the end zone again. Okay. That'll be that game.
You know, he touched the ball in the game last week. He touched the ball 6 times and went over 200 yards.
How do you pull that one off?
He had 5 carries for like 195 yards and 1 catch for 9 yards.
195 divided by 5. That is 39 yards a carry.
39 yards a carry.
Dear Barbara. What a
by the way,
stud of a man carrying it there almost 40 yards each time.
And that was against a team that has a win this year. Tomorrow, they play a team that does not have a win this year.
Oh, just rest the poor guy. He doesn't need to play. Tomorrow.
You know what? That honestly, would it shock you to see Andy do that? No.
No. I have to talk to Andy yet this week for 9-man football talk, but yeah.
All right. Well, let's do some football talk when we get back because we've got a lot of scenarios. Ricky pointed it out, and he's right. There's one Region 1 game tonight, and it will have a ripple effect tomorrow, a big-time ripple effect, and we'll talk about that and everything else going on tonight on this final Thursday of the regular season when the Full 9 Yards podcast continues in a moment.
Guard Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Guard Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Guard Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Guard Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300. Guard Dental wishes...
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care, because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington, and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy, Radiology.
The
Acute care. Clinic.
Welcome back to the Full 9 Yards. Ricky Clovercamp here on KDDR. BJ Walters is on KDAK. He has a game tonight. I do not. I get to call it a night after we're done with this show. Go on home, hang out with the wife, maybe have some wine, maybe have some, maybe play some video games, maybe watch the game on YouTube. I don't know what I want to do yet, BJ, but Thompson at Carrington tonight, and this will decide essentially. Well, unless Grafton somehow beats Langdon, this could very well decide who is going to be number 3 and who's going to be number 4 in Region 2.
Yeah, if Thompson wins or Grafton loses, Thompson is the 3 seed and Grafton is the 4 seed. I think certainly Grafton's not going to beat Langdon, so that probably sends Grafton to Ellendale next weekend. More on that tomorrow. But look, if you look at the schedules, and maybe, Ricky, you want to do this while I'm talking about it. If you look at the schedules, Thompson and Carrington are extremely similar. There are no differences between them. Look at how comparable the scores are here. Carrington loses to Grafton by 1 yard. Thompson beats them by 2 points. Thompson beats Harvey by 2 points. Harvey kicks a game-winning field goal at the buzzer to beat Carrington. I think we're in for a really good football game tonight, Ricky.
I think you're probably right there. I mean, Thompson and Carrington, looking just at the schedules, you're right. It is very comparable, very close scores on either end, except for the Langdon game, of course. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, like these are close games. Each one, they're all comparable scores. And I mean, for Carrington, it's just been bad luck this entire year to barely not make it into the postseason. Carrington, let's see, last time you guys didn't make the postseason, that was a while ago. That was 2021.
3 years ago.
2022.
Yeah. Or 4 years.
2022, actually.
That's right.
So 3 years ago.
Yep, because in 23, Oaks pulled the upset in Carrington, and then last year they got stuck playing Kindred.
Yeah, now Kindred gets to kick around the two-way schools for a while. Again,
that's right.
Yeah, Kindred team is just excellent. But I mean, Oaks also last year, it almost took Langdon the distance.
That's right. I don't think you can discount the fact that this is a really supremely talented senior class tonight that's playing their last football game. I'm talking guys like Tate Wolski, Cody Otto, McCade Zink, Max Whitman, Peyton Harrington. These guys are going to come out wanting to finish their careers with a win. Of course they are. And the great irony would be if Carrington wins this game by more than 5 points, because
that's what they needed to do.
The scenario was had Grafton held on to that lead.
Yeah, if they would have, Grafton would have won.
That's what the scenario was a week ago.
Yeah, if Grafton would have won, then I mean, all of a sudden you're looking at if Carrington won by 5. Carrington's in a postseason berth and Thompson's out, but that's talk of the past. And looking at this game, Thompson 7.5 point favorite, just a touchdown favorited according to the Massey ratings. 21-14 is the predicted score according to the Massey ratings. BJ,
and the conditions are going to play a factor tonight. It's nasty. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's warmer than it has been the last couple days. It's a lot nastier out here with the rain, and it could turn into one of those games that you tell your grandchildren about. Did the game mean anything? No. Was it fun as heck? Oh, you bet it was.
Yeah. It's that mud game. The grass is all wet and no one. It's one of those slip and slide games that as you said, you tell your grandkids about. I played in the final game of the season and it didn't mean nothing, but we had a great time playing it. So that's going on tonight. You also have Park River area at Harvey Wells County. Park River area should win, and Grafton at Langdon.
Do you think Harvey can pull that off?
They can. I think Park River wins it.
They can. I don't think they will. But
no, I think
they can.
Yeah, I think they can. I think Park River wins it, but Langdon would beat.
I do too.
Langdon beats Grafton. 100% Langdon beats Grafton tonight. Everybody knows it. Everybody and their sister knows it.
That's right. Even the people that don't follow football knows it.
Yeah. You just look at the standings.
No. Yeah.
The only Region 1 matchup tonight is Sargent County and Lisbon.
This is a lot more interesting than it was 2 weeks ago because Lisbon doesn't have Bittner. Ricky, just real quick, just real quick, and we're going to dive into this in depth tomorrow, but just real quick, how big a set of dynamite does this set off if Lisbon loses tonight?
If Lisbon loses, it effectively, I believe, eliminates Oaks no matter what. Because what would happen is Lisbon falls to 4-3, and it would no longer matter if Hillsborough lost or not. And it would not matter if Oaks won or not, because Oaks does not have a tiebreaker on Lisbon. Hillsborough does have a tiebreaker on Lisbon. So a three-way tie between Oaks, Lisbon, and Hillsborough Central Valley would mean that, guess what? Oaks is going to lose out. So this would effectively eliminate Oaks. This would also effectively eliminate Valley City, because they also don't have tiebreakers on Lisbon, nor do they have tiebreakers on Hillsborough Central Valley. So Valley City would also be eliminated if Lisbon were to lose tonight, and that would make sure that the top four teams that are currently the top four teams with Eek, Hillsborough, Northern Cass, and Lisbon are all slotted in at where they're at. They're going to all to the postseason. That is what that would mean, which means that the higher seeded team must win for either Oaks or Valley City to somehow make it into the postseason, because that's just how that works tonight, BJ.
So there are a lot of Lisbon fans in Oaks, in Valley City, in Hillsborough. They all want Lisbon to win tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Hillsborough.
Hillsborough doesn't
Maybe
care.
not
Hillsborough
because they're playing a winless team.
Yeah, Hillsborough doesn't care. They have the tiebreaker on Lisbon. It don't matter. Hillsborough has the tiebreaker on Lisbon. They have the tiebreaker on Valley City. With those two ties, they can effectively, it does not matter, they would get in. If it was a three-way tie, they would get in. The only teams they don't have the tiebreakers on are Oaks and Northern Cass, which is where if Northern Cass were to lose and Hillsborough were to lose and Oaks and Valley City both won, then we're starting to look at tiebreakers where Hillsborough might be on the outside looking in.
So one game in Region 1, and it is going to change the complexion of our discussion tomorrow night.
Yes, and
amazing.
Honestly, Lisbon should win this. Even without Bittner, I think Lisbon should win this. I love you, Sargent County. I really do. But Lisbon is just bigger than the Bulldogs. They are just bigger on the front lines. They are bigger on the running backs. They have a 50 runs the ball. Lisbon's just bigger than the Bulldogs, and the Broncos are going to run away and win this game. It will be a lot closer than it should have been, but they will win this game. Massey Ratings has them at 28.5-point favorites on the game, so take that with a grain of salt, because they also had Oaks as the favorite against Valley City last week, but it should be Lisbon wins, and tomorrow we're chatting about how if Oaks wins and Mayport CG loses while Northern Cass wins, they'll get into the postseason, which won't happen, but it's a nice thought. But if Lisbon loses tonight, all those conversations are gone.
Man, I think I know what I'm going to be doing after my game, finding this game and trying to, follow it a little bit.
Oh, Velva's got a win, by the way. South Prairie Max forfeited.
That's right. Velva's already won. Yeah, South Prairie Max was down to 12 players.
I can tell the future.
That's right. We can tell the future. Let's go to Region 4, because this is not as messy as it looks, although it does look quite messy.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal in Region 4. Killdeer and Central McLean are playing each other.
Tomorrow.
If Central McLean beat Killdeer, it's a three-way tie for first, and it would depend on the margin that Central McLean beat Killdeer. But the games, that's tomorrow night. The game's going on tonight. Bowman County and Beulah are playing, and Southern McLean is playing Dickinson Trinity. That's probably a loss for Southern McLean. Beulah is playing Bowman County. That would mean that Beulah clinches a playoff spot with a win. Bowman County, because of tiebreakers, have already been eliminated. The game is at Beulah, and the game is in Dickinson. Even though they're a game back going into tonight, Ricky, I feel like the Miners are going to get in the playoffs.
I do too, and I think Beulah gets in. Southern McLean ends up on the outside looking in. I mean, this is a tough Dickinson Trinity squad to play against. I mean, for the Western teams, I'm trying to find it here on my Massey Ratings. I don't think I have Southern McLean, so
might be probably under Washburn.
probably Washburn. Let's see. Trinity and Washburn. Yeah. Trinity are 27.5 point favorites.
What's the line on Beulah, Bowman County?
Beulah and Bowman
I'd
County.
be very interested.
Beulah is 6.5 point favorites over Bowman County.
So here's the other thing. If Bowman County beats Beulah, Southern McLean clinches. It doesn't matter what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a Bowman County team, remember, that hung 44 points on Killdeer a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this Bowman County squad is not bad.
No, not bad at all.
No,
certainly not bad.
And this Killdeer squad, I don't think they win against Central McLean. I don't think so.
That's we'll see, because that would create a mess, and
that would
we'll
create
get
a
to
mess.
that
And I
mess
like messes.
tomorrow.
I like messes a lot.
In 9-man, New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock get their latest, what did you call it, scrimmage game?
Yes.
It is at home to 4 wins tonight. That's an easy win. North Border has clinched the number 2 seed. They've got Cavalier. That's a win. North Prairie will beat St. John and be the 3 seed, which means 4 wins will go to Lemoore next Saturday. If everything that I just said we expect to happen does happen.
And if New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock loses the 4 wins, the postseason just became messy for 9-man. I mean, half of it at least. I mean, Lemoore will still go all the way, but it becomes messy for New Rockford.
New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock would still be the
still
region
be the number
winner.
1 seed, but now you're sitting there going like, oh, everybody in the state just went like, oh, they're beatable. We can do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen tonight.
I don't
think it's going to. Personally, I have a hard time seeing it happen, period. But I'm interested to watch more of Lemoore. I'm interested. I haven't watched a lot of Lemoore yet. I want to see some more of Lemoore just to see, what have they taken from last week or last year that they can put forth this year against the Rockets when we get to November 14th. So that's the 9-man Thursday night slate. The big class slate tonight, Jamestown's at Minot North. A loss eliminates the Blue Jays. Watford City and St. Mary's, that's a big game because Watford City is a game up on St. Mary's, but the Saints currently hold the final playoff spot in the Western Dakota Association. Dickinson is at Devil's Lake, but that's not until tomorrow. In AAA, there's a number 1, number 2 matchup. Not hard to do when you only have 12 teams.
Yep,
but
that's
tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
that's tomorrow.
That should lead us into
Century and Legacy tonight, though.
Century will win.
That could be a decent game, I think. Century and Legacy.
Yeah, you know what? Friday night lights that aren't on Friday, who'd have thunk? Why are we doing this? I don't know. Let's do it on a Thursday. Sure, that makes sense. All right.
Gives everybody an extra day of rest.
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
Yeah, Thursday night football. BJ, have fun with your call against for the Cardinals against Thompson.
Thanks so much, and we'll do it tomorrow and have a lot more to discuss scenario-wise.
A lot more to discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll discuss a lot of Region 1. Region 2 will be all sorted out, so we won't have much to talk about there. We'll chat a little bit about Region 3 tomorrow as well. So tune on in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 6 o'clock here on KDDR, the Tornado, and KDAK, the Cardinal. For BJ Walters, this has been Ricky Clovercamp, wishing you guys a very great rest of your day. KDAK fans, enjoy some football. This has been a production of the i3G Media Sports Network.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best. Carrington Drug, your independently owned Good Neighbor Pharmacy, salutes caregivers everywhere. The ones who aid an aging parent or nurturing a sick child. The fact is, we are all caregivers at different times, and your community pharmacist is ready to go above and beyond to support you with encouragement and guidance, good times and bad. Visit with Matt Paulson and his expert staff at Carrington Drug, 415 Main Street in Carrington, caring for you and our community.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks.
Headlocks! Headlocks! Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
The snap is back, and Fritz gets a line drive kick away that is fielded by Zink at the Rugby 45. Inside the 35, he angles left. He's got a lot of room. There goes McCain Zink. Touchdown, Carrington. A 45-yard punt return. The first special teams touchdown of the year for the Cardinals.
Carrington Cardinal football on 1600 100.1 The Cardinal and the Cardinal YouTube channel is brought to you by Gar Dental, Central City Lumber, CHI St. Alexius Carrington Medical Clinic, Professional Eye Care Centers, Carrington Drug, Headlocks, Arrowwood Prairie Co-op, Central City H2O, Bickett Insurance, Sendak, Bassett Motors, Bank Forward, High Plains Equipment, Carrington Dental Care, Dakota Central, Bremer Bank, DJ's Home Center, Evans Funeral Home, Leading Edge Equipment, Farmers Union Insurance, Randy Huey Agent, Retzlaff Seed and Supply, Napa Auto Parts, Jamestown Regional Medical Center, Central Pharmacy, and the Carrington Healthy Communities Coalition.
Motion left to right from Corbin Clifton. Handed that way. Peyton Harrington with a lot of room, and he is gone. Peyton Harrington with his first rushing touchdown of the season from 25 yards.
Now, Carrington Cardinal football.
From a gloomy, rainy, chilly Cardinals Stadium in the Central City, tonight, 9 seniors don the jersey for the final time as the Carrington Cardinals wrap up their 2025 season. They do so against the Thompson Tommies, who last week used a fourth-quarter rally to stun Grafton, clinch a playoff spot, and eliminate both the Cardinals and Harvey Wells County. It is Carrington Cardinal football one final time in 2025 against the Thompson Tommies. Happy to have you with us. Mike side, Vinny Rappel, and our eyes in the sky. He's a firefighter. You're not getting him off the roof, even if it is raining, as it has been off and on throughout the day. That is Wyatt Reed. I am BJ Walters, and Vinny, this is so different in so many ways because most of the time for a senior, the end is very sudden. For these guys, they've known for 6 days that this is it.
Right. It's definitely going to be tough for a lot of them as they really enjoy playing football. And being a senior, playing your last game, it's harder when you get to think about it for a whole week that this is it. This is my last 4 quarters. So definitely they've had a great season, and they're going to good luck in the future for them.
It is a group of 9 individuals who are just really good young men as well. We'll get to more of that as we conclude later tonight. For Thompson, you want to talk about a dramatic way to make the postseason, down 12-0 in the fourth quarter and having done nothing all night against the Grafton Spoilers. They go down and get a touchdown. Brody Lilmoen throws the worst interception of the year in North Dakota. I don't know that. I'm just kind of taking a guess because it was a really bad interception that he threw. Thompson goes down, scores again, gets the 2-point conversion. They win it 14-12, and now a win or a Grafton loss to Langdon for Thompson means they probably go play Hillsborough Central Valley next week. And that's a game they can win. So Thompson, they will try to finish their year with a win over Carrington. The last game of the season for Carrington. And Vinny, when you look at this season, it's too easy to say this sometimes, but it really is true. Carrington has been unlucky. They've lost a game on the final play to Grafton. They've lost a game on the final play at Harvey Wells County on a field goal. They've lost key players. Their left tackle, Connor Gast, after one game, done for the year. Andrew Matt rips up his shoulder. That's your 6'7", 280-pound nose tackle on defense. This has been a very unlucky year.
Right. They definitely have had a lot of plays just not go their way. And the difference between where they are now and being in the postseason is only a few different plays throughout the games.
The margins are so fine. I know you players are across all sports are told that, how slim the margins are. This Carrington team is kind of the perfect example of that.
Right, definitely. With the plays that just don't go their way, and that's how sports are. Some plays don't go your way, some plays do.
Sports can be absolutely brutal, and that's why we love them. All right, we're going to take our first break of the evening, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the region standings. We'll also take a look around North Dakota at what else is going on. Pretty much half the state playing tonight, half the state playing tomorrow, with at least at the 11A and 9B level, the playoffs starting a week from Saturday. We'll have more in just a moment when Cardinal football continues after this.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency.
Here at Sendak Cooperative, we're here to provide you with all the products and services you've come to rely on for your farm operation. Please give us a call for all your fertilizer, seed, energy, and fuel needs for this year's growing season, and let us help you with all your grain marketing decisions. You can contact us today at any of our locations in Central North Dakota or visit us on the web at sendakcooperative.com. Sendak Cooperative, helping farm owners grow and succeed today and into the future.
Hi, this is James at Bassett Motors. Let's test drive a new Chevrolet together. Stack up the savings with discounts and rebates combined with 0% financing for the lowest payments of the year. See us online at BassettMotors.com or call us 701-652-2955. Or better yet, stop in and see our wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Where our customers send their friends.
Back in the Central City, Carrington and Thompson coming up. And right now, let's take a look. Actually, that's a great shot by Wyatt, so let's just stick with it. And we'll give you the results of the boy, Wyatt has been outstanding. Thompson has won the toss, and once the football, they'll move from right to left. Now let's take a look at those region standings. And everything is set for the most part. You can see that there's a Z by Langdon. That means they are going to be at home next week. Here's the bad thing. We know nothing about Region 1. It is such a jumbled mess going into the last night. All we know is that Ellendale, Edgerly-Culm are in the playoffs. We don't even know what seed they're going to be. So none of these teams going into tonight know who they're going to play next week. Park River knows that they are at home, and then Thompson with a win or a Grafton loss tonight would be the number 3 seed. Why is that likely? Well, it's because Grafton has to go to Langdon tonight, and that's a long road trip, and Langdon's the number 1 team in the state, and if you were with us earlier for the Full 9 Yards podcast, I anointed them the state championship tonight because, I mean, Vinny, feel free to correct me if you have another idea, but Langdon's going to win the state championship.
Right, Langdon definitely is a really tough team, and I don't know if there's anyone that can stop them.
Park River is at Harvey Wells County. That game does not matter tonight. And then there's Rugby and Turtle Mountain, for some reason, waiting until tomorrow to do it. Not a clue why, but they are. Other games tonight on our sister station, Jamestown 107.1. The Blue Jays must win to stay alive for the playoffs. Good luck with that. It's Minot North tonight for Jamestown. You can hear it beginning at 6:30 on the voice of the Blue Jays, Jamestown 107.1 with David Burrell. Also tonight, Wahpeton winless, Kindred undefeated. That may not be very close. Red River and Fargo South, that's probably not very close. Watford City and St. Mary's is interesting because St. Mary's needs one more win to book their ticket to the postseason. Let's talk about what else is going on in Class A tonight. Lisbon and Sargent County is a lot more interesting than it was 2 weeks ago because Lisbon is without, for the rest of the season, Jaden Bittner, who tore his ACL. They don't have their quarterback. Sargent County is coming off of easily their best game of the year. And if Sargent County wins that game, Oaks is eliminated, Valley City is eliminated tonight. So a lot riding on that game. Over in Region 4, Dickinson Trinity is at home to Southern McLean, and Bowman County is at Beulah. Beulah needs a win and Dickinson Trinity to beat Southern McLean in order to make the postseason in Region 4. Vinny, a word from you on the 9-man tonight. We know New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock will be playing Hatton Northwood next Saturday. Before that, it is 4 wins tonight. That's a game where 4 wins does not throw the football. They are extremely one-dimensional.
Right. They definitely have a lot of big linemen, so they try to just pound the ball. But they do have a really good receiver in Murrell Dang. He's going to UND next year. He's already committed. But definitely a heavy run game. But I know that their running back got injured last week, I believe. So I don't know if he's going to be playing this week. So
a New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock win probably means the number 1 overall seed. And next Saturday, the 25th, we will be with you at noon from New Rockford as the Rockets open defense of the state championship against the Thunder of Hatton Northwood. Coverage begins with the Full 9 Yards podcast, and then Vinny and I will have game coverage for you next Saturday. North Border and Cavalier, that's not all that interesting. North Prairie and St. John, that's not all that interesting. Aside from New Rockford, it looks like North Border is going to play South Border. Would you expect North Border to win that football game?
I really don't know. I feel like it's going to be a really close game.
I do too.
I think that South Border could win that game.
It's a very interesting game. Now, in Region 1, this is tomorrow, but Lemoore is in action. So is Hankinson. Hankinson looks like they're going to play North Prairie, and that's a good game, too. And then 4 wins. You got to go play Lemoore in the first round of the 9-man playoffs. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by the head coach of the Cardinals, Kyle Smith, and we'll do that when Carrington football continues right after this.
Sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
Presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Running tough, running strong. High Plains Equipment.
High Plains Equipment is your authorized Case IH dealer serving farmers around Carrington, Devils Lake, Rugby, and Harvey. When you're ready to invest in a new piece of quality Case IH equipment, their friendly, knowledgeable sales, financing, service, and parts departments will make sure your experience is outstanding. Visit highplainseq.com to connect with your local Case IH High Plains Equipment location. Many dream of 5-star hotels and 5-star restaurants. What about 5-star treatment from your dentist? That's exactly what you'll get at Carrington Dental Care. Dr. J's and Dr. Chaz's gentle, relaxed, and friendly atmosphere will give you a full-service dental experience with 5-star customer service and care. Carrington Dental Care will give you 5-star dental treatment for the entire family. New patients are always welcome. Visit thecarringtondentist.com or call 701-652-2801.
This is Tanner from Leading Edge Equipment. We've got you covered for all your on-farm bulk oil needs. We deliver high-quality John Deere engine oil, High Guard, Cool Guard, and DEF, along with a wide selection of oil tanks and accessories. Call Scott in Michigan, Chuck in Carrington, or me, Tanner in Devils Lake. We're ready to deliver right to your farm. Leading Edge Equipment, your family-owned John Deere dealer in Michigan, Devils Lake, Hamden, and Carrington. Talk to the parts department today.
Cardinals and Thompson Tommies to wrap up 2025 coming up, and we're joined by head coach Kyle Smith. This must be an awkward week for anyone in this position. First off, you guys haven't been in this position in a few years, and secondly, typically
out last week when Thompson upset Grafton in the last couple minutes, but the kids have had a good week of practice. I think they still really want to win. They're still very competitive in practice, and Thompson's a big rivalry with us in every sport, so we haven't had any trouble firing the kids up for the game, so we're ready to roll.
You look back to Friday, and your defensive line was outstanding. Your offensive line was fantastic. I know you said after the game that was the best four-quarter performance of the year. I'm sure in reviewing it, you still feel that way.
Absolutely. Our execution on both sides of the ball was very good. We're going to need that again tonight. Thompson's big up front, so we're going to have to use leverage, use quickness, use everything we can to get to our advantage. But we definitely need that kind of performance out of in our trenches tonight, and then hopefully our skill guys can match theirs, and we can sneak out a win.
We were talking about in the trainer's room, which, trust me, that's a topic we're about to talk about too. But we were talking about in there, you look at Alec and Cody, they have combined for 15 sacks. Cody has 8, Alec has 7. For defensive linemen in this era of make room for linebackers, 15 combined sacks is some kind of season.
Yeah, Alec has great speed off the edge. He can get to quarterbacks quicker than tackles can block him, and Cody's just relentless. There was a sack he had last week where he blew up the defensive lineman, he blew up the running back, and then he blew up the quarterback. So he's just been relentless. That's how he practices. That's how he plays. So no surprise those two have as many sacks as they do.
And you look at the way that Alec has done it off the edge. You guys allow him to stand up. That gives him a great start with that speed.
It does, and he can see things a little better. We hope he doesn't get hooked as much that way. And he's a smart kid. He's an athletic kid, and so we play him where he plays best and how he plays best, and he's had an awesome year.
All right, now that darn trainer's room, it's still pretty packed. You guys have had just abysmal luck this year, and this week Max Whitman gets injured getting ready for another sport that he partakes in down in Jamestown with hockey. It's almost too perfect with how this season has gone to have something like that happen, right?
Yeah, and we're hoping Max is fine for the game, but the training room has been way too busy this year. Every year it seems like you have a key injury here and there, but this year it's just been game after game, week after week, and it's just something you have to deal with in the sport of football. Some years you get lucky, and some years you don't. And this year certainly was not our luck staying healthy. Teams that go to the Dome, I say that they have to be good and they have to be lucky. And every year the teams that go to the Dome are the ones that have stayed healthy all year. And this year that's not us, unfortunately.
Thompson tonight. This is, in the past, a finesse football team. 100% finesse, that's all they do. This year, it seems like they're trying to be more of a power team, and it starts with a really good backfield.
Yeah, they do, and then they kind of run a similar offense to ours where they use a little sniffer back, and he kind of leads the way most plays. And then when they establish a run, they're really good at the play-action game. So they're potent offensively. Teams have find a way to hold them to 12 to 14 points, and we got to do that tonight. Defensively, their linebackers are really athletic, really fast, and so we got to find a way to neutralize those guys too. So when you look on paper, this game should be really tight. Scores are very comparable, so we expect a good back and forth game and then come down to the wire again.
You look at, what they tried to do defensively and really offensively too. There's not a lot of big plays in their games. It's kind of nickel and diming it down the field. I know defensively that's what you guys try to do, but they seem pretty good at it offensively.
They do. They keep things in front of them on defense and make you earn your touchdowns, and offensively too. They're kind of like us. They like to pound it and move the chains and grind clock, and so I think it might be a fast game in that regard as far as the clock goes. But I look for a lot of ground and pound tonight, especially with the weather forecast, and so I think it's going to be a good old-fashioned, old-school football game.
You mentioned your last game with us on the radio last week when you were at Carrington. With the conditions the way we think they are going to be through this game, this could be the kind of game that these kids tell their grandkids about.
Absolutely, and it'd be awesome to tell them about a win. Hopefully we have, like I said, told my story last week, and I remember that 40 years later, and we hope to give these kids that memory tonight. And it's not going to be easy, but the season hasn't been easy, so it's just another hurdle we got to clear.
Carrington and Thompson coming up. Coach, good luck.
Appreciate it. Thanks, BJ.
That is Cardinal head coach Kyle Smith, and the Bassett Motors starting lineups are next from Cardinal Stadium when Carrington football returns in a moment.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
The world never stands still, and every day brings new challenges to rise to. But nothing says you have to do it alone. Bremer Bank helped small businesses get more than $1.5 billion in PPP loans. And we're ready to help you and your business keep going and growing. Let's see what we can do together. Find out more at bremer.com.
When it's time to buy a new appliance for your home, remember DJ's Home Center. Did you know they are a locally owned business and that they have been serving this great community since 1993? DJ's Home Center services and delivers within 45 miles of Carrington, bringing you the best prices on all major brand appliances. So don't go anywhere else. Remember that DJ's Home Center is your local, low-price, best-trained appliance store. Located right by the roundabout. Go Cardinals!
Back at Cardinal Stadium, the voice of Cardinal Stadium, Rick Christensen, introducing the Cardinal seniors. And like we said, we'll get to them a whole lot more at the end of tonight's broadcast. Right now, the Bassett Motors starting lineups. Bassett Motors has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. The sales crew offers friendly personal service. Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends. Call today, 652-2955. We've already told you that Thompson won the toss and they want the football. So their left tackle is the 6'2", 240-pound senior Chase Cowdrey. Wyatt Bergeron is the 6'2", 205-pound senior right tackle. The left guard is the 5'9", 225-pound senior Peyton Harding. The right tackle, or the right guard rather, is 6'3", 215-pound junior Elijah Conrad. And the center is 6', 190-pound junior Cody Samuelson. The tight end is Bryn Adams, a 6'4", 200-pound junior. The wide receivers, Eli Gemmel, a 5'9", 160-pound junior. We will also see Brady Ripplinger, a 5'11", 160-pound junior. The other receiver, 5'8", 155-pound senior Joe Taylor. The running backs, they'll have a fullback in there, Cash Danner, 6'4", 225-pound senior. University of Jamestown head coach Brian Mistro is here to watch Cash Danner tonight. Charlie Yon is the tailback, 5'10", 192, a senior. With a good night, he could reach 1,000 yards on the season. He's 95 short. And the quarterback, the 6'1", 170-pound senior Gavin Oster, 67 for 123 this year, 735 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 picks, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. The Cardinal defense has 6'2", 175-pound sophomore Hayden Hoggle at one defensive end. The other defensive end is 6'4", 210-pound junior Alec Threadgold. The nose tackle, 6'3", 220-pound senior Cody Otto, who has 8 sacks on the season. In fact, he and Threadgold, as we mentioned with Kyle, have combined for 15 sacks this season just from 2 players. That's pretty good. The defensive tackle is Jacob Heinrichs, 6', 200, a senior. The linebackers, McCade Zink at 5'10", 170, a senior. and Gabe Clifton at 5'11", 160, a junior. They flank Tate Wolski, 6'1", 195, a senior. Wolski with 106 tackles on the season. It's his second straight year with at least 100 tackles. The Cardinal corners are 6'3", 160-pound senior Maddox McAloney and 5'7", 155-pound senior Peyton Harrington. The free safety, he's good to go tonight. 6'1", 175-pound senior Max Whitman, and at strong safety, a 5'10", 155-pound senior Jacob Basons. Eventually, Carrington gets the football, and when they do, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore Hayden Hoggle is the left tackle. The right tackle is 6', 280-pound junior Chuck Jorgensen. The left guard is the 6'3", 220-pound senior Cody Otto, and the right guard is 6'4", 210-pound junior Alec Threadgold. The center is the 5'10", 175-pound sophomore Jamison Coots. The tight end, Gabe Clifton, 5'11", 160, a junior. At one wide receiver, 6'3", 160-pound senior Maddox McAloney. The other receiver, but he will be in the backfield plenty, is the 5'7", 155-pound senior Peyton Harrington. At one running back, 6'1", 195-pound senior Tate Wolski. And the other running back is 5'10", 170-pound senior McCade Zink. The quarterback is the 6'1", 175-pound senior Max Whitman. He has completed 66% of his passes for 808 yards, 6 touchdowns, 5 picks, 148 yards on the ground, and 2 touchdowns, and his only catch was a 46-yard touchdown at Harvey. They will go up against a 4-4 defense for Thompson. The defensive ends, 6'4", 185-pound senior Porter Martin, and 6'1", 195-pound senior Jaden Brend. The defensive tackles, Jevin Fee, a 5'11", 240-pound junior, and listen to this, the 6'5", 320-pound sophomore Charlie Johnson is the nose tackle. We got Vinny shaking in his boots. The outside linebackers, 6'5", 191-pound senior Noah Hippen, and Peyton Kanan, a 5'7", 165-pound junior. The middle linebackers, Jacob Stump, a 5'6", 185-pound senior, and Cash Danner, a 6'4", 225-pound senior. The corners, Eli Gemmel, a 5'9", 160-pound junior, and Brady Ripplinger, a 5'11", 160-pound junior. The safety is Joe Taylor, a 5'8", 155-pound senior. The Cardinals are in all Cardinal red with white numbers outlined in black. Cardinal red helmet with the CHS emblem on one side. Thompson in white tops with forest green numbers, forest green pants, white socks. And they have the forest green helmet with the double T. Think Texas Tech, but think forest green. And that is their logo. It's the Cardinals and the Tommies. And before we go any further, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Cardinal football.
The Cardinal is AM 1600 KDAK, Carrington, and FM 100.1 K261EW, Carrington. Locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
Let's get a key to the game for each team from Vinny. Vinny, what's the key to? Obviously, one of the keys for Thompson is you've got a game next week. Get out of this healthy. What else is the key to their game?
I think they definitely want to be able to open up their offensive playbook and make sure that they know which plays work best for them, which ones don't, and which ones they'll be able to use in the postseason.
What about for Carrington? You're sending off a senior class. I mean, you know most of these guys from competing against them in different sports. It's a very competitive bunch. It's a very good bunch. What's Carrington got to do tonight to make sure they leave this field with a win?
I think they got to stick together throughout this game and play to the best of their abilities and give it everything they got in their last game. Don't want to leave anything back.
That's right. You'll recall a week ago Kyle Smith telling us about his last game, a win against Park River. By the way, it's worth noting, and I saw this on social media. I'll go ahead and give the credit for it earlier today. Jacob Heinrich's mom posted that it is so fitting that the conditions are exactly what they are because these guys in youth football, their first game together was junk conditions as well. It's Carrington and it is Thompson, the season finale for Carrington football. We're happy to have you with us on KDAK FM 100.1, AM 1600 The Cardinal, on newsdakota.com, on the mobile app, on your smart speaker, and on YouTube. That concludes our pregame report. When we come back, the opening kick of the season finale when Cardinal football continues in a moment.
Committed to serving you with compassion. Evans Funeral Home of Carrington and New Rockford. Always available with the care you require, even at the most difficult time. You can count on Evans Funeral Home to provide guidance and answers when it comes to pre-planning, finding the perfect monument or marker to honor your loved one, or for service arrangements. Contact Evans Funeral Home in New Rockford at 947-2911 or in Carrington at 652-3003.
Central City H2O of Carrington has all of your beverage, water bottle, dispenser, and vending needs covered. They serve a 15-county area and deliver to home, office, and work sites a line of water and other products. Visit CentralCityH2O.com or call 701-652-2141. Visit them on Facebook for more information about in-home and office deliveries and the products available. Hydrate your home and office. Central City H2O of Carrington. We supply the water and vending you need where you need it.
When you work with your local Pioneer team, you gain hardworking partners who strive to know your every acre. Doug Retzloff is your local Pioneer Seed sales representative in Carrington. Call Doug at Retzloff Seed and Supply LLC. He will do the best to match the right product on the right acre and supply you with unparalleled choices of Pioneer Seed products treated with Lumigen brand seed treatment to protect your investment. Doug and his team also carry a complete lineup of livestock feed and minerals. Retzloff Seed and Supply LLC in Carrington, near the roundabout.
Napa is your source for quality auto parts for your car or truck in Carrington. Let us use our Napa know-how to help you find the right battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, or other parts you need to get your job done. We also stock tools, equipment, and many other items for cars, heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farm equipment. Order your parts online or drop by today at 490 8th Street North. Call 652-3663. Your Carrington Napa Auto Parts team looks forward to serving you today.
Our national anthem tonight as Carrington and Thompson meet in the regular season finale. Happy to have you with us, BJ Walters and, of course, Vinny Rappel on the mic. Up top on the roof is Wyatt Reed, bringing you shots of, yes, it feels the way it looks. If you're watching in a different state, it feels the way it looks. It's 57 degrees. It's been misting kind of off and on all day. I gotcha. Vinny, this is kind of old school conditions, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. But sometimes it's nice to have these little misty games, so you get a little something different.
Easy for us to say in a heated booth, but okay. Cardinals and Tommies. Here we go. Carrington will kick off left to right. The kicker for the Cards is Peyton Harrington, back deep to get it. Charlie Yon and Rylan Penez. The wind is the one thing that is not a factor. There's not a lot of wind inside Cardinal Stadium tonight. Thompson fans have traveled well. Cardinal fans are still here despite the conditions. And away we go. Toe meets leather. Harrington hits a squib kick through the middle of the field. It's fielded at the 20, back across the 30, breaking one tackle over the 40, and all the way out to the 43-yard line is Penas, and good field position on a 23-yard return for Thompson. They've got good field position.
Hey, come on, crew!
And so now here is Gavin Oster, the senior quarterback. This, Vinny, is a Thompson offense that starts 7 seniors. It'll look different next year. They'll come out in a power pistol to the right. And a handoff. It's Yon met at the line of scrimmage by Tate Wolski. And I don't know about you, Vinny, but I expect a huge night from Tate.
Yes, Tate's been a great player for this team, and he's going to try to get as many tackles as he can, that's for sure.
A courtesy yard, maybe? to the 43 as they started at the 42. It's 2nd down and 9 from the center of the field. We do not expect this to be an incredibly high-scoring game because these two offenses are very similar, and the defenses are good. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun Oster, and it's a handoff to Yawn, and he breaks off 1 but not 2. In on the tackle, Hayden Hoggle. It's another 1-yard run, and this is right where you want to have Thompson. 3rd down and 8. A minute in to the final game, scoreless, and Carrington have Thompson 3rd down and 8. Defensive coordinator Matt Hone signals in the play, and it's trips to the right and a tight end, Adams, to the left. Shotgun, and the first pass for Oster. Now he'll step into a pass, and it's behind the intended receiver, Cash Danner. A quick, and boy do I mean quick, 3 and out.
Good coverage by the defense right there, as there wasn't many options.
And it looked like Oster was caught in between wanting to run and then realizing he had to throw it.
Right.
The punter is Grady Hurst, and back deep to get it, Max Whitman and Jacob Basons. They stand at their own 15. Hurst calls for the snap, and he's got it. And it's a high end-over-end kick. It's not going anywhere near the 15-yard line. That ball will die at the Carrington 28. 29-yard line, so a 27-yard punt and no return. It's a wet football. It's probably not fun to kick a wet football. No score. 10:28 to go, first quarter. And Cardinal football brought to you in part by CHI, St. Alexius Carrington Medical Center, compassionate care close to home. So now, Max Whitman comes out with 2 receivers left and a wing to the left. That's Tate Wolski. Now, Wolski and tight end Gabe Clifton move to the right, and Zink is on the left hip of the quarterback, Whitman. Motion left to right, and then orbit motion back the other way. And a handoff to Zink across the 30, and that is all. And Cash Danner, who comes in with 82 tackles, makes the play after a yard. And this is what Brian Mistro is here to see. Not so much Cash Danner, the fullback, but Cash Danner, the linebacker. 2nd down and 9, Carrington 30-yard line, right hash mark. Peyton Harrington to the short side. And Carrington have 2 tight ends. Now they move Hoggle from right to left to tighten a wingback in the formation. Man in motion, Peyton Harrington. They'll give it to him on a jet sweep, and Peyton cuts it left and gets stood up at the 30, and he's not going anywhere because he is taken down by Noah Hippen. No gain. 3rd down and 9 for the Cardinals. Pretty good pursuit by that Thompson defense.
Yeah, it's a great read by that defender.
Hippen comes in with 42 tackles on the season. So it's 3rd down and 9. Carrington right about 32% on 3rd down. And look at this, Tate Wolski wide right. 2 receivers short side left from the left hash at their own 30. Max Whitman out of the shotgun. He has the snap and he wants to throw. He pump fakes. Now he steps up. Rolls to his right and throws on the move to Gabe Clifton over midfield. Down the right side inside the 45 to the 40. And Gabe Clifton has 30 yards on 3rd and 9.
Definitely a great catch by Gabe Clifton.
A really nice throw, too, by Max Whitman. On the move, rolling to his right. Great play, Carrington. 1st down. Right hash at the Thompson 40-yard line. 8:40 and counting. First quarter bank forward scoreboard. 0-0 with 2 receivers, a tight end and a wing to the right, and Zink to the left. They'll flip it and have the tight end and wing go left. Zink on the right hip of Whitman. On 1st and 10 at the Tommy's 40-yard line. Max Whitman the snap. Crisscross handoff. It's Tate Wolski. Cuts inside the 40, spinning his way down to the 36. And once Charlie Johnson gets his hands on you, he's 320 pounds. You're not going much farther, but Wolski gets 3. That crisscross handoff is page 1A of Carrington's playbook. And it's 2nd down and 7 on the Thompson 37, moving left to right in our first quarter. We don't have any scoring yet. This is Carrington's opening possession. Peyton Harrington slot left, the wide side of the field. McAloney wide left. Tight end wing back to the short side right. Shotgun with Wolski in motion from right to left, and Whitman will just keep it. Lower his shoulder inside the 35, and he gets to the 34 before he is wrapped up by Ripplinger. 3 yards for Max.
One more broken tackle, and he might have been gone.
Absolutely, because there was nobody on the short side of the field for Thompson. It's 3rd down and 4 from the Tommies 34. Carrington converted their first 3rd down on the drive. Here it's probably also 4-down territory, so 2 plays to get 4 yards. Wide left McAloney, wide side of the field. Slot left Harrington. Tight end wing back to the left. The wing is Wolski, and the running back on the right hip of Whitman is Zink. Max Whitman has the snap, and he hands it off to McCade Zink, who's got a 1st down and more. Inside the 25 with a stiff arm and a man miss at the 15. All the way inside the 10 and down to the 9-yard line. What a 25-yard run for McCade Zink.
Definitely broke a lot of tackles there as he would not go down.
And Carrington have 1st and goal.
Looks like he's holding his ribs.
Zink is holding his ribs a little bit, but he's a senior. He'll get checked out tomorrow. That's okay. He'll get checked out tomorrow. 1st and goal, Carrington from the 9. 2 receivers short side left. It's McAloney and Harrington. To the right, tight end Gabe Clifton, wingback Tate Wolski. Shotgun, Max Whitman. He has the snap, he gives. It's McCade Zink inside the 10, makes a man miss at the 5, and he's down near the end zone to the 2. 7 more McCade Zink yards.
Definitely laid a big hit on that linebacker.
Ran him right over. I think it was Stump that he ran over. 2nd down and goal at the 2 for Carrington. We're over the halfway mark of a scoreless opening quarter on the Bank Forward scoreboard. Same formation, 2 receivers to the short side left, tight end wing back right. Now, Whitman under the center, they go mud offense. Whitman with 3 backs in the backfield. He will hand it off to the first man through and almost into the end zone is Zink. He was awfully close, but he got stopped just short. It's 3rd and goal at the 1. Credit Thompson because they ran that play last week and nobody touched McCade Zink.
It looked to me that he was in.
It looked to me like he was as well. But 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. We dip under 5 minutes of the opening quarter. Mud offense, 3 backs behind Whitman. This might be tush push. Whitman keeps it, leans forward. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Carrington. 4:46 to go in the first quarter, and a beautiful opening drive for the Carrington Cardinals. They lead 6-0.
Great push by the offensive line.
Carrington goes 9 plays, 71 yards for the touchdown. And now Peyton Harrington for the point. He's 11 for 16 this season out of the hold of McAloney. Snap back, hold down, kick up, kick good. New score, 4:46 to go, first quarter. It's the Carrington Cardinals 7 and the Thompson Tommies nothing. And Cardinal football will continue right after this.
On the field, every second counts. And when injuries happen, you need a hometown advantage. At JRMC Orthopedics, our local team offers fast access to expert care, so you don't have to travel out of town. From sprains and all the way to joint replacements. Every same day, we've got you covered. The best plays start with getting back in the game. Orthopedic care that keeps you moving. It's right here. Visit jrmcnd.com to learn more.
This is Andrew Matt, a member of the Carrington High School Sources of Strength. Here's a tip on how to be kind to your mind. Practice good sleep habits, don't zone out on social media. Instead, aim for 8 hours of sleep. This message is brought to you by CHS Sources of Strength and the Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition.
KDAK The Cardinal and I3G Media are proud to partner with the Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition to bring you these messages.
That is some kind of opening drive by the Carrington Cardinals. It took 6 minutes, 9 plays, 71 yards. Cardinals went 3 for 3 on third down. Extra point good. They lead 7-0. Peyton Harrington's kick is another line drive that Pennis kicks up to his own 20, and he's taken down at the 28. Well, part of going to the playoffs next week, Vinny, is Thompson needs to look sharp. They do not look sharp right now, and Carrington looks like they are just on fire right now.
Right, but this is definitely what Thompson needs. Thompson needs to figure out what they're going to do for offensive plays. This is the time to figure it out before the playoffs.
So close to this being a playoff game, too. Had Grafton just not given away a 12-0 fourth quarter lead last week, Carrington would have a shot. They'll go with the pistol. 2 receivers right, and now a man in motion, and that is Danner. And we've got flags and whistles and a false start. It's not getting better for the Tommies right now under head coach Brady Schwab, who's also the athletics director. So it's 1st and 15 from their own 23. Keep in mind, if Grafton had held on, Carrington would have needed to win this game by 5 points. They're currently up by 7 with 4:38 to go in the first. So now, trips left, single right, shotgun for Oster. From his own 23, he will toss it left side. It's Jan on the move, and he gets a yard before the combination of McAloney and Hoggle tackle him. The pursuit, Vinny, by this Carrington defense early.
Yeah, that was definitely a great tackle, and if they can keep that consistent, Thompson's going to have a real struggle figuring out their offense.
Second down and 14 for the Tommies. They do huddle. You don't exactly see a ton of huddling in 2025 football. 3 receivers left. Danner inside slot. 1 receiver right. And it is a handoff to Jan, and he doesn't get anything. Gabe Clifton hits him a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down and 15.
Again, more good pursuit angles by the Carrington defense.
You can tell Carrington's all amped up for it. I mean, they are sharp as could be in this first quarter. 3rd down and 15 for the Tommies. And frankly, Thompson did not get off to a great start offensively a week ago. 2 receivers right. I formation, tight end left. And it's play action. Oster hit and sacked by Jacob Heinrichs. A 4-yard loss. And it's another 3 and out. 6 plays for negative 2 yards in this first quarter for Thompson. Jacob Heinrichs, the senior, making the play on Senior and Parents Night. All the seniors were honored before the game. Whitman and Bason stand at their own 45, awaiting the Grady Hurst punt. He stands at his own 8. The snap bounces into him. He gets off a line drive. That's actually not bad, all things considered. And it bounces all the way down to the Carrington 41. That's not bad. That is 40 yards on the punt. No return. Cardinals have it at their own 41, leading 7-0 with 2:33 to go in the first. And Cardinal football brought to you in part by Bickett Insurance. For your free estimate on auto, farm, home, business, or life insurance, call Bickett Insurance, 652-1775, located near the roundabout in Carrington. Don't call that number right now. Todd's in the booth coaching them up. So don't call that number right now. Cardinals' second possession. 2 receivers left, tight end and a wing to the left. Zink to the right, and they'll flip that. Tight end, wing back right. Zink left shoulder of Whitman. Out of the shotgun on first down. Max Whitman has a snap and gives to McCade. Zink with room over the 45 and up to the 46 before he is taken down rather harshly by Jevin Fee. But it is another good pickup on first down of 5 yards for McCade Zink, who already, Vinny, has 39 yards rushing.
Definitely a great start for Carrington. This is exactly what they were hoping for. And if they can keep this up, Thompson's going to have a lot of problems.
They're just winning the line of scrimmage
Yeah.
right now. I mean, that's what it boils down to. Football's a super simple game. Knock a guy back. You can do more things when you do that. Shotgun split backfield. Wing to the left, tight end to the right. From the center of the field at their own 46. Peyton Harrington takes a handoff. And this time he has stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. This might be, and we've seen this work twice this year, this might be the type of area where Carrington goes to that screenplay to McCade Zink.
Right, they've definitely
That has worked so well this year.
Oh, yeah, they've definitely gotten a lot of yards off those plays.
Zink is on the right hip of Whitman with 2 receivers to the right, a tight end and a wingback to the left. Shotgun formation. Whitman will run a handoff to Zink over the 45 to midfield. He reaches out. Did he get there? He did not. He's just short, but it's 4th and inches, and you'll probably end up going for this. I would think at least. I should not jump to that conclusion, but Carrington have literally nothing to lose. And frankly, you could go to that mud offense and just have Max lean forward. 4th and less than half a yard, and that's what Carrington's doing. Mud offense. Whitman barks out an audible, takes the snap, and gives it. It's Harrington. 1st down and more inside the 45 to the 44. 5 yards for Peyton Harrington. Cardinals move the chains.
Definitely a great play call, and the offensive line did their job.
Cardinal big guys, Hagel, Otto, Coots, Threadgold, and Jorgensen dominating the early part of this game as we have come to the end of the first quarter. A perfect quarter for Carrington. They lead 7-0 after 1, and Cardinal football will continue in just a moment.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
Rest assured that you'll be treated with the care and respect you deserve at Central Pharmacy. Conveniently located in the heart of Carrington and New Rockford, Central Pharmacy delivers the kind of attention and commitment to improving your health care that the big box stores just can't. Central Pharmacy does it all, from medical supplies to prescriptions, health and wellness concerns. Plus, we have a great selection in our gift, boutique, and decor departments. Visit us on Facebook for up-to-date info. Central Pharmacy, your one-stop in Carrington and New Rockford.
After a quarter, a 7-0 Carrington advantage. B.J. Walters, Vinny Rappel. Up north of us, and I mean on the roof, is Wyatt Reed. Vinny. First quarter total yards, 85 to -2.
Yeah, I mean.
And it feels like it, having watched that first quarter.
Carrington has done whatever they wanted to, and they have controlled this game from the first second.
On 1st and 10 from the Thompson 45, motion into a shotgun split backfield. Moving right to left now, Carrington, and it's Tate Wolski inside the 45. Fights his way down to the Thompson 41. He shouldn't have gotten a yard. He ends up getting 3.
Tate Wolski is definitely a tough player, and in his last game, he's not going to go down without a fight.
He comes in 447 total yards on the season and 3 touchdowns. It's a Carrington offense that averages 267 yards a game. They're already at 88 through a quarter. That's a good pace. They did have a season-high 393 last week. Shotgun formation, 2 to the short side left. And Tate Wolski takes the direct snap, goes right inside the 40, inside the 35, first down, Tate Wolski. He's got 8. And there's a flag on the play, it looks like, behind the play.
It was a great read by Tate.
It's holding on the Cardinals. So it is a 10-yard penalty. First penalty of the night on Carrington. And it will bring up second down and let's call it 17 from their own 49? Yeah, 49-yard line. They've got to get to the Thompson 34. So far, Carrington, 13 rush plays, 1 pass. And the 1 pass was 30 yards to Gabe Clifton.
Carrington's definitely dominated from the beginning, and if they can keep going, Thompson's going to have to figure something out.
The main thing right now is you don't want that penalty to be a momentum switcher. Second down and 17. Carrington have trips to the left and a tight end to the right. Shotgun Whitman, left hip Zink. Max calls for the snap. He's got it. And he runs counter to McCade Zink over the 50. Inside the 47 for 4 yards to McCade. And it's third down. And let's call it 12. Third down and 12 after a 5-yard pickup. At the 46-yard line, they need the 34. With 10:35 and counting, second quarter, Bank Forward scoreboard says Carrington 7, Thompson nothing. Cardinals moving right to left on a rainy, drizzly, yucky kind of day.
They could be looking to do that slip screen here.
They could. They certainly could. Third and 12. Man in orbit motion is Wolski. They fake a toss to him. Roll right, Whitman. He throws on the move to Gabe Clifton, just out of his reach and incomplete at the 21-yard line. And it's fourth down. Boy, that was a pretty pass, though. The Cardinals will punt.
Was definitely a great play call, though, on third down.
That crossing route, that's the same play that worked against Langdon on that opening possession when Carrington scored. The punter is Parker Bickett on 22 punts this year at 36.4-yard average. Back deep to get the punt is Joe Taylor. Ewan Aberle late onto the field, but he's there now. Still 6 to get it off. And the snap is back from Tate Wolski, and Bickett's kick is high end over end on the left side, and it'll angle out of bounds at the Thompson 28-yard line. Takes a minute. 26-yard punt, no return. Cardinals 7-0. Exactly 10 minutes until the break. B.J. Walters, Vinny Rappel, and Wyatt Reed with you. So the Cardinal defense has been outstanding through 2 drives. What happens on the third one? Trips in a bunch right. Actually now just trips right. Nobody but the tight end to the left. And zone read handoff, and Oster's across the 30 to the 33. That's to the 34. The best play of the night for Thompson, a 6-run Gavin Oster run. It's 2nd and 4.
Good tackle by Cody Otto.
Certainly was. 2nd down and 4. The ball is on the Thompson 34 in the center of the field. In with the play, Ripplinger. Brady Ripplinger. Trips right, tight end left, 3 to get the play off. Oster. And there's motion up front. Thompson moved. And they've just turned 2nd and 5 into 2nd and 10, Vinny. And this is the little stuff that a week from now against probably Hillsborough Central Valley will get Thompson beat.
Right. Thompson's coach is probably not very happy right now as not much has gone Thompson's way.
So now, 2nd and about 9. And a play action zone read. Keeper and Oster this time is across the 30 to the 34 again for 4 yards. It's third down. Boy, now how important was that false start penalty? So what Carrington is doing is collapsing on Charlie Yon. Oster's trying to read that and keep it on zone reads. And the Cardinal defense has not missed many tackles so far in this game. They've done a good job.
Absolutely.
It's third down. Thompson is 0 for 2 on third down. This is 3rd and 5 on their own 33. They need to get to the 38 with twins to both sides. Shotgun. Oster to throw. He steps up, and the ball slips out of his hands. It's picked up by McCade Zink. They're going to call it incomplete. Incomplete, and it's 4th down. It slipped out of his hands there, Vinny. Slick football.
Right. They might be able to go for it.
No, goodness no. I wouldn't. Would they really consider that?
Looked like they were going to for a minute, but...
Yep, nope, they brought Grady Hurst on. It is only 7-0. I know it feels like it's about 28-0 right now. It's only 7-0. So Hurst punting to Basons and Whitman, who stand at their own 30. And a bad snap, but he's able to get an end-over-end kick away. That's McCade Zink back there, but nobody's going to touch it. It dies at the Carrington 23-yard line. 44-yard punt, no return. And the Cardinals will have their 3rd possession of the night. That's the other thing. There have not been a lot of possessions yet. Thompson's had 3. Carrington's about to have their 3rd. With 8:06 to go in the first half on the Bank Forward scoreboard of this season finale, Carrington 7-0 over Thompson. Vinny and I will have playoff football a week from Saturday for you. We'll tell you more about that in postgame. Everything to the left. They'll likely shift it. There it is. Tight end Clifton, wingback Wolski. To the right, Zink on the left hip of Whitman. From the 23, it's an inside crisscross handoff. Somebody lost a helmet. And there's not much there. The somebody is Threadgold after Wolski gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. So checking into the lineup will be Jackson Zink, 6 foot, 200-pound freshman. Cardinals with the ball and a 7-0 advantage. They have it at their own 23-yard line, moving right to left across your radio dial, internet stream, and on YouTube. Shotgun, man in orbit motion, and a handoff. It's Zink across the 25, and he's held onto for dear life by Jacob Stump after a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 6.
Definitely a strong run by Zink.
McCade in the bright yellow shoes tonight. Or are those orange? Those may be orange. Okay, don't put me on a traffic light. Apparently I can't tell the difference in yellow and orange. It's not great. 3rd and 6 with 6:50 and counting. 2nd quarter, Bank Forward scoreboard. 7-0 Cardinals. Threadgold is back in there, and Maddox McAloney is wide to the right. There's trips and a bunch left. Shotgun for Whitman. Has the snap, he wants to throw. Half roll, steps up, throws, and the ball is incomplete. Out of the reach of Peyton Harrington, and it's 4th down. I can't tell, Vinny, if it's misting a little harder or not, but there have been a couple of slip and slide things going on down there.
Right, the field's definitely a little slippery, and that's going to make it tough to be passing in this game.
The punt for Parker Bickett. The punt returner is Taylor. He stands at his own 35. Bickett at his own 15. Gets off a strong line drive that's going to bounce inside the 40. Taylor fields it at the 38. Across midfield, and then he slips at the Carrington 49. In fact, they'll mark it at the 50. Well, we all remember, Vinny wasn't here, but we all remember the Mud Bowl against Harvey Wells County last year. That was, you come to this half of the field on the near side, the Carrington sideline, it was an immediate, you're going down. There was nothing that could be done. Half the team Jason Wolski, a whole bunch of people were out there squeegeeing it for 4 hours before the game. At some point, you just say that's good enough. Twins to the left, a wing to the left, and a handoff to Charlie Yon going left, and that's his best run of the night. He gets 5 to the 45 before Hayden Hoggle takes him down.
Thompson's finally starting to get some positive plays on offense.
They have 13 total yards at 2nd down and 5. Carrington have 97 total yards. From the 45 of Carrington on the left hash, with 2 receivers short side left and 1 to the wide side right. Ripplinger is the one to the wide side. Man in motion into the formation, and a handoff to Yon, and he doesn't go anywhere. A great play made by Gabe Clifton after a yard. It's 3rd down. So they're motioning the big guy, Cash Danner, to where they'd like to run the ball. And he is 6'4", 225. You can understand that. But Carrington right now is just dominating up front.
Right, and I think a big part of that is the line. The offensive line for Carrington's been dominating, and their defensive line.
Shotgun, 2 receivers, and the aforementioned Danner to the right. And a handoff to Yon, and he doesn't get anything. The combination of Otto and Wolski for no gain. It's 4th down. Now, there's no doubt. There's Hillsborough Central Valley scouts here. Right now, they're thinking, what on earth do I put in these notes? Because Carrington's defense has made Thompson's offense look really bad so far. 14 yards for Thompson. Here they will go for 4th down and 3.5. With 4:30 and counting left before halftime. Coming up at halftime, a visit from Jacob Heinrichs, scores and stats. Shotgun for Oster, and a Dakota Central timeout is called by Brady Schwab. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and experience Command IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com. It comes with 4:26 to go in the 2nd quarter, and Carrington up 7-0. Cardinal football continues in a moment.
Is it time for you to switch banks? Hi, I'm Tiffany Paulson at Bank Forward in Carrington. At Bank Forward, we have everything you get from a big bank, but we're small enough to give you exceptional service. Make the switch and let us show you the Bank Forward difference. Call 652-2852 or visit bankforward.com today. Putting the customer first since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Cardinals leading 7-0. Thompson about to go for 4th and 3 on the Carrington 43-yard line. We'd like to give you some score updates, but all of these games start at 7 o'clock tonight. One 9-man game, Alexander 30, Dunseith 8 at the half. That's an Alexander team that if seeds hold would be in New Rockford for a semi. Here we go, 4th down and 3. Twins to the right. Twins to the left, and a false start. A false start on Adams. And it's now 4th and 9, and Benny, can you still go for this, or would you play field position?
I'd probably punt it at this point, because this is going to be a tough 4th down.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Same formation on 4th and 8 from the Carrington 48. Oster rolls left, looks, hit, as he throws and the ball is caught. It's the initial 1st down of the night for Thompson on the completion to Cash Danner for 9 yards.
I stand corrected.
A 1st down for the Tommies. Their first one of the game comes on 4th down, and they have it at the Carrington 39. That's a nice defensive play. He just got right to the sticks.
Right, and it was definitely a good throw by the quarterback.
It was. Oster. 1st down on the Carrington 39. 4:19 to play in the first half on the Bank Forward scoreboard. 7-0 Cardinals. Trips left, tight end right. The tight end is Danner. No, it's not. The tight end is Adams. And a zone read keeper. And Oster inside the 30 with a 1st down to the 29. Best drive of the night for the Tommies. Actually, it's not a 1st down. It's 9 yards. They're at the Carrington 30, just inside the left hash. 3:50 and counting, first half. 7-0 Cardinals. Has been that way since the opening drive, where Carrington went 71 yards in 6 minutes. Now out of the eye, and a handoff. It's Yon with room inside the 25 to the 20. Yon all the way down to the 13. He gets 17 yards and a first down. And now the Thompson offense able to move a little bit.
That was a strong run by that running back.
By Charlie Yon, who is at 24 yards on the night and 929 on the season. Could still get 1,000, but he's got to get busy. From the 13-yard line. Check it. From the 12-yard line with 2 receivers and a wing to the left, a tight end to the right. And it's Yon going left, and he's swallowed up by Cody Otto after a yard and a half. Second down and 8 at the 11. Moving left to right are the Tommies in their white tops with forest green numbers and forest green pants. Carrington decked out in all cardinal red. A receiver to either side, a tight end to either side, or no, one tight end and an I formation, and Yon is hit right at the line. Leans forward for a yard. Was that Heinrichs in there?
Yes, it was.
Jacob Heinrichs, our upcoming halftime guest, in on the tackle. It's third down and 7 from just outside the 10. With 2:25 and counting in the first half. It's been a fast-moving first half with Carrington up 7-0.
I think Billy Jorgensen was in there on that tackle too.
Billy Jorgensen as well. All right, the 6'1", 235-pound freshman. I formation. Yon the deep back. Play action. Oster to throw. He steps up. He throws right side. Over the head of the intended receiver and incomplete. It's fourth down. He was looking for Joe Taylor, and it's fourth down for Thompson. And just in case you're wondering, the answer's no. They're not going to kick a field goal. In fact, they've only kicked 1 extra point all year. They just go for 2 every time. They don't even bother with extra points. They're 0 for 1. So, no, they are going for this. On fourth down from the 10, they need the Cardinal 3 to move the chains. They'll come out with a receiver to either side, a tight end and a wing to the right, power pistol right. And Oster to throw. He looks for the screen. It is caught, but to the 5-yard line only to Cash Danner. A 5-yard pickup is not enough for a first down, and Carrington take over with 1:55 to play in the half.
Definitely a big play by the Carrington defense.
Was it Gabe Clifton again?
I think so.
In on the tackle? I think it was. Now, Gabe's 160. Danner's 225. That tells you how strong Gabe Clifton is. He'll be a big part of that wrestling team this winter. So now Carrington, from their own 5, I don't know how aggressive they will get. They come out in the mud offense. Thompson with 2 timeouts. Keep that in mind. Whitman has the snap and hands it off. Left side, cutting it through the middle is Tate Wolski to the 10-yard line for 5. Now it's 2nd and 5. Jevin Fee made the tackle. Carrington is in no great rush, and I think they're more than happy to take the lead to the locker room here.
Just get a first down.
As well they should be. Been a good half.
Yes, definitely. But in the second quarter, Thompson's been able to find a little more plays that work for them on offense.
Handoff inside to McCade Zink, and he might have gotten 1.5 yards, 2 yards. And now Thompson does take a timeout. With 1:06 remaining in the half, a Dakota Central timeout comes with the score Carrington 7 and Thompson nothing. And Cardinal football continues in a moment.
Guard Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Guard Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Guard Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Guard Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300. Guard Dental.
66 seconds until halftime. Carrington 7, Thompson nothing. Coming up on the Central City H2O Carrington halftime report, we'll have stats, scores, and a visit from senior Jacob Heinrichs, who, Vinny, has had a very nice first half.
Right, he definitely has, as he's got a couple sacks, I believe. But Jacob Heinrichs is a big part of this line right now.
So 3rd down and 3. If Carrington gets the first down, perhaps Kyle Smith will get a little more aggressive. If they do not get the first down, Thompson would certainly call that final timeout and try to get good field position. They'll come out in the mud offense. Under the center, Whitman. He has the football, and he hands it off on a counter. And Peyton Harrington got the first down. 4 yards for Peyton. And it's a first down, Cardinals. They convert. So all of their first downs tonight are either on 3rd or 4th down. First down, 45 seconds left in the half. And now it certainly looks like Carrington's happy to take the lead to the break. Mud offense once more from their own 17. Whitman will run a play-action pass, and he's going to take a deep shot to Gabe Clifton, and it is caught, but it's caught out of bounds by Thompson. Incomplete. Well, so much for they're happy to take the lead to the locker room. They took a shot there just to see what happens. Frankly, it's not a bad play because Thompson probably thinks you're getting conservative as well.
Right, that was definitely a great play call.
25 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 10. The big thing is Thompson only has one timeout. So even if they were to get a stop on 3rd down, there is not a lot of time for them to do a whole lot. They do have big targets in Danner and also the tight end Adams, but they haven't done a lot tonight. 2nd down, handoff up the middle. Zink with room at the 30. Zink has a first down to the 30-yard line. He almost broke it. 13 yards for Carrington. And now Kyle Smith does take a Dactyl timeout. So, halftime, hold your horses. We're not there yet. With 19 seconds left in the half, Carrington up 7-0. We'll keep it here. Really, Vinny, this has been an extension of last week when Carrington said that, Carrington head coach Kyle Smith, I should say, said that that was their best 4-quarter performance of the year. This first half has been an extension of that.
Right, they've definitely been figuring out a lot of things that they like that works best for them on offense and defensively.
I'm going to go back to the well one more time. I say you run that screen pass, and if it works, big time. If it doesn't work, then you probably are just going to have the 7 points in the break.
I definitely agree. They could definitely take another shot.
They have 2 timeouts still remaining, Carrington. Mud offense, so probably not the traditional screen pass if that's what's coming. From their own 30, and now they go flex bone. Whitman has the snap and hands it off to Zink, and he's wrapped up for a loss of a yard. Actually, they'll give him the line of scrimmage. And that is how the first half will come to a close. Well, Carrington started this with a 71-yard drive for a touchdown, and that has stood up through the first half. We have reached halftime with the score. The Carrington Cardinals 7, the Thompson Tommies nothing. When we come back, a visit from senior Jacob Heinrichs when Cardinal football continues right after this.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
Physical therapy.
Radiology.
Love.
Acute care. Clinic.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best. Carrington Drug, your independently owned Good Neighbor Pharmacy, salutes caregivers everywhere. The ones who aid an aging parent or nurturing a sick child. The fact is, we are all caregivers at different times, and your community pharmacist is ready to go above and beyond to support you with encouragement and guidance, good times and bad. Visit with Matt Paulson and his expert staff at Carrington Drug, 415 Main Street in Carrington, caring for you and our community.
Here with offensive lineman Jacob Heinrichs, a starting offensive lineman and defensive lineman this year. How excited are you to finally be one of the main guys?
Pretty pumped. Ready to go. Ready for the first game.
What sort of things did you learn last year as sort of a sixth man, kind of rotating in and playing everywhere?
Just learning all the positions and kind of like to know everything. Ready to go.
What are some of your game day routines? Are there any things that you got to do to have a good game?
Listen to some good music to get me pumped. I don't know, going through my snaps. Make sure they're good. Without that, I think we're kind of dead in the water.
What kind of music is good music to Jacob Heinrichs?
80s rock. Like Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Dragula.
Favorite song?
Live Wire by Motley Crue.
There you go. And that is offensive and defensive lineman Jacob Heinrichs.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett Insurance Agency.
Here at Sendak Cooperative, we're here to provide you with all the products and services you've come to rely on for your farm operation. Please give us a call for all your fertilizer, seed, energy, and fuel needs for this year's growing season, and let us help you with all your grain marketing decisions. You can contact us today at any of our locations in Central North Dakota or visit us on the web at sendakcooperative.com. Sendak Cooperative, helping farm owners grow and succeed today and into the future.
Hi, this is James at Bassett Motors. Let's test drive a new Chevrolet together. Stack up the savings with discounts and rebates combined with 0% financing for the lowest payments of the year. See us online at BassettMotors.com or call us 701-652-2955. Or better yet, stop in and see our wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Where our customers send their friends.
Cardinals 7, Thompson nothing. At halftime, the Central City H2O Carrington halftime report. Central City H2O of Carrington has all of your beverage, water bottle, dispenser, and vending needs covered. Visit centralcityh2o.com or call 701-652-2141. But not right now because Kevin's down there coaching him up. If you call him right now, he's not going to answer. And you just got to wait. Be patient. Call him tomorrow. This is one of those rare times you can call the day after a game. Take full advantage. No problem. All right, let's look at some numbers from the first half. Carrington ran 25 plays for 121 yards, 21 rushes for 91 yards. Max Whitman, 1 of 4 passing for 30 yards. They got 67 yards on the ground from McCade Zink. Thompson had 56 yards of offense, all on that last drive. Oster, 2 of 5 passing, 14 yards, all of those to Cash Danner. He's also got 3 carries, 19 yards, and the only other player to touch the ball, Charlie Yawn, 10 carries, 27 yards. Thompson is 0 for 5 on third down and 1 for 2 on fourth down. Carrington is 4 of 7 on third down and 1 of 1 on fourth down. 7-0 Cardinals at the break. Benny, do you think we're seeing Thompson pull back because they don't want to show Hillsborough anything?
I really don't even think it's that. I think they're trying to play the best of their abilities, but Carrington's defense and offense have just been controlling this game, especially on the line.
They certainly have. When you think back to the first drive against Langdon, they pushed Langdon around. Now, Langdon woke up because they're the best team in the state in 11A. Last week, Carrington a week ago ran the football for 241 yards on Rugby. So they pushed Rugby around. Now they push Thompson around. It's almost like them being able to push Langdon around proved to themselves that they could do it.
Right, definitely. I think the growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year for this O-line is definitely changed, and they've definitely been able to figure stuff out, and definitely shows on the field.
I promise this is the only time I'm going to bring this up. I promise. But if Grafton hadn't choked away the fourth quarter last week, this would be enough to go to the playoffs right now.
Right. It's definitely just some not that many plays that didn't get to go Carrington's way, but that's how football is.
It certainly is, and we don't keep defensive stats, but the one thing that I'm noticing, and I'm trying to remember as I say this, you'll be able to help me, Vinny. I don't think we've called a single member of the secondary on a tackle yet. That's right. Good news. When your secondary doesn't even have to make tackles because it's all defensive linemen and linebackers doing it, that's usually recipe for that kind of first half.
Right. The defensive line has definitely been able to take care of what they need to on offense, and we can definitely, it shows to everyone how they're controlling this game.
They certainly are. Let's take a look at what else is going on tonight at the half. Lisbon leading Sargent County 6-0. In AA at the half, St. Mary's, what? Wow, St. Mary's leads Watford City 21-0 at halftime. There's no way anybody predicted that. I don't care how many podcasts you're on. Nobody predicted that. Alexander over Dunseith 30-8. 4 wins in New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock about to begin. Before we go any further, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. Live from Cardinal Stadium, this is Carrington Football.
The Cardinal is AM 1600 KDAK, Carrington, and FM 100.1 K261EW, Carrington. Locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
With our eyes in the sky, Wyatt Reed, and with Benny Rappel, BJ Walters with you. Benny, let's talk about second half adjustments. If you're Thompson, how do you... It looks to me like they're sleepwalking. Maybe Carrington's just been that good. How do you wake up?
Well, I think it definitely starts with opening up the playbook because I feel like they've just kind of been running the same few plays over and over again. And it's still not working. They're going to have to figure out different plays that can throw Carrington off guard and get some positive yards.
Carrington gets the football to begin the second half. What do you expect to see from the Cardinals after halftime?
Well, I expect them to be all fired up for this is the last half for those seniors. This is the last 2 quarters of their careers, and a lot of them will never put on a jersey again.
That's exactly right. Cardinals, well, It's been a good half, you have to say. They lead 7-0. Let's recap real quick what we saw Tuesday night, because this city is still abuzz about it. Carrington volleyball, a 5-set win over Thompson. They won the 5th set 15-3. Vinny, you and Kyle will have Monday night's matchup with Turtle Mountain. And if Carrington wins that, maybe they're number 1 on Tuesday.
Right, that's definitely Carrington's volleyball team has been someone that cannot be stopped. They've been going against good competition, and they've just been dominating on the court.
It is a 6:45 airtime Monday. Kyle Hewitt and Vinny will bring it to you, mainly because A, Tuesday is yours truly's birthday. I kind of want the night before off. And B, I'm actually a busy guy next week. Volleyball Thursday against Kindred. I'm filling in for David doing the Blue Jays next Friday against St. Mary's. And then Vinny and I are in New Rockford next Saturday for New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock, and the Hatton Northwood Thunder. All right, second half is coming up next. Carrington get the football to begin the second half, and we'll have it for you when Cardinal football continues in a moment.
This is Thor Nelson, a Minot resident and National Hockey League official for 21 years. Why officiate? Some officiate to help kids learn and respect the game. They enjoy watching kids develop in their sport and as people, and they enjoy it because it's fun. You can be an official. Call your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association at 701-845-3953. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
Running tough, running strong. High Plains Equipment.
High Plains Equipment is your authorized Case IH dealer serving farmers around Carrington, Devils Lake, Rugby, and Harvey. When you're ready to invest in a new piece of quality Case IH equipment, their friendly, knowledgeable sales, financing, service, and parts departments will make sure your experience is outstanding. Visit highplainseq.com to connect with your local Case IH High Plains Equipment location. Many dream of 5-star hotels and 5-star restaurants. What about 5-star treatment from your dentist? That's exactly what you'll get at Carrington Dental Care. Dr. J's and Dr. Chaz's gentle, relaxed, and friendly atmosphere will give you a full-service dental experience with 5-star customer service and care. Carrington Dental Care will give you 5-star dental treatment for the entire family. New patients are always welcome. Visit thecarringtondentist.com or call 701-652-2801.
This is Tanner from Leading Edge Equipment. We've got you covered for all your on-farm bulk oil needs. We deliver high-quality John Deere engine oil, High Guard, Cool Guard, and DEF, along with a wide selection of oil tanks and accessories. Call Scott in Michigan, Chuck in Carrington, or me, Tanner in Devils Lake. We're ready to deliver right to your farm. Leading Edge Equipment, your family-owned John Deere dealer in Michigan, Devils Lake, Hamden, and Carrington. Talk to the parts department today.
That's our Central City H2O of Carrington halftime report. When you call Kevin, it's been made perfectly clear in the booth that clearly he's younger than I am. Thanks, Vinny, for that, by the way. Here we go, second half. Let's check on who the kicker is, because there is an or on the depth chart for Thompson on this, and it looks like it is Adrian Brend. You don't often get or for a kicker. It's usually just, this is our kicker.
Right.
Back deep to get it, Harrington and Zink. Carrington will move left to right. Bren's kick is away. It's a arcing kick towards Harrington. Takes a bounce. He fields it at his 14. Angles left across the 20. Harrington over the 30 to the 35, and he's just tripped up by Matthew Askelson. Oh, my goodness. Peyton Harrington was almost bye-bye, baby.
That's definitely a good read, and that's exactly what you want from your kick returner, as he found the wide-open lane, hit the hole.
7-0 Cardinals, and they'll have it at their own 40-yard line. This is the direction they went in to score their touchdown in the first quarter. And they will come out with Maddox McAloney wide left and Peyton Harrington slot left. Tight end wing to the right. And now McCade Zink goes double wing right. Empty formation. And Whitman will keep it going right over the 40, 45 midfield. Max Whitman 40. There he goes. The first play of the second half. Touchdown Cards.
great block by Tate Wolski. I don't know if you saw that, but that was a pancake 10 yards down the field.
It certainly was. And Max Whitman with a 60-yard touchdown. 13 rip. Whitman's third rushing touchdown of the season. Wow, what a block by Wolski. Woo! And now the extra point for Peyton Harrington out of the hold of Maddox McAloney. The snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and that kick is good. 18 seconds gone by in the third quarter. I should correct myself. That is the fourth rushing touchdown for Whitman, and second tonight. New score, Bank Forward scoreboard, Carrington 14, Thompson nothing. Cardinal football continues in just a moment.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
Cardinals lead 14-0, and Peyton Harrington's kick is through the end zone on a couple hops. Don't tell me the Cardinals aren't all amped up right now, because they most certainly are. They lead 14-0 over the Thompson Tommies. And Vinny, now Thompson had better wake up.
Right, Thompson's going to have to make some big plays happen and fast, otherwise this game's going to get away from him.
Carrington outgaining Thompson 181-56. I formation, a receiver either side and a tight end left. And it's a handoff to Yon, who's got a little room over the 25 to the 30. Yon 35, Yon 40. Yon over the 44 to the 45. A 25-yard run for Charlie Yon. First down.
Definitely a big run by Thompson. That's exactly what they needed.
They did need that. Yon doubles his total rushing yards tonight. He's up to 52, which gives him 957 on the year. He needs 43 for a 1,000-yard season. Same formation, out of the eye from the 44. A 24-yard pickup on the previous play, and another Thompson false start. Another one. They have been called for 4 penalties, and Vinny, all 4 have been false starts.
Right. If I was the head coach, I would not be very happy, as they do not seem to be very locked in.
Yeah, Brady Schwab's not going to want to see a whole lot of this film. To this point, at least. Maybe it gets better, and then he'll want to see it. But to this point, no thank you. 53 seconds gone by, second half, 14-0 Cardinals. I formation, Yon the deep back, and Yon gets the carry, and Yon is hit by Tate Wolski. Maybe a yard for Charlie Yon as Tate Wolski makes a fantastic defensive play. And it's second down and 14 from their own 40. It's been the seniors leading the charge in this game.
It definitely has. They're definitely leaving everything out that they got on the field.
Second down and 14 from the 40-yard line with 2 receivers left, nobody to the right. The right is the short side. Now they send a man out in motion, and it's a false start. My goodness gracious, another one. This is not good if you're Thompson. Now, I am of the belief, Benny, having seen all of our region teams, that Region 2 could sweep Region 1, but Thompson cannot be this flat if that's going to happen.
Right, Thompson's definitely going to have to wake up in this game.
Second down and 19 on their own 35-yard line. And you've put them in a position where they're going to probably have to throw a pass. I mean, Jan's a great running back, but second and 19's a big ask. They send him in motion. Fake it to him. There goes Oster, and Wolski has him after half a yard. Third down and long. Third and 18 upcoming for the Tommies.
Definitely not the play I would have called if I was the head coach.
Billy Jorgensen checks out. Jacob Basons is the nickel back. He comes in. 5 in the secondary for Carrington. On third down and 18. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun Oster. Jan on his left hip. Oster to throw. He stands, he throws. It's incomplete. And it's a quick 3 and out after that 24-yard run. I mean, we can talk about Thompson looking flat. Carrington looks spectacular tonight.
Right, they definitely have, and that's exactly what you want in your last game, especially when you know it's your last.
Back to punt, Grady Hurst back deep to get it. Jacob Basons and McCade Zink. They stand at their own 28. Standing at his own 25 is Hurst. A good snap, and he gets, oh, that's not a good kick. It bounces at the 45 and goes down to the 41. 23-yard kick. And Carrington have good field position, and they reach deep into the playbook for a one-play drive on their first possession of the second half. Although it started at the 40, this one starts at the 41.
Yep, definitely nothing has been going Thompson's way as Carrington's been in control from the first second of this game.
You certainly have. This has been a fantastic performance by the Cardinals. 2 receivers right. McAloney wide right, Harrington slot right. Tight end wingback left, or on the right hip is Zink. Now they'll flip it. Everything to the right. Could be option right. We'll see. Speed option right. Whitman has the snap. Toss right side. Zink with room over the 40, and he spins his way to the 42. A yard for McCade. Carrington has run for 152 yards in this game. After, and again, we told you this earlier, after last week they ran for 241 yards. They average 154 per game, so they're 2 yards shy of that. From the right hash, 8:30 and counting, third quarter, bank forward scoreboard reads 14-0 Cardinals. Trips tight bunch left, and Wildcat. Peyton Harrington with room 50, and he's taken down at the 50. He almost broke it. Peyton gets 8. It's 3rd and 1. He almost broke that.
Thompson's going to need to have a big stop here if they want any chance to have some good field position.
Carrington with the ball just above the beautifully painted CHS logo, the Cardinal logo. Coach Bickett does that every Wednesday on game day, or game week, I should say. Mud offense on 3rd and 1. 3 backs in the backfield. Whitman calls for the snap, and he gives it. Wolski, first down and more inside the 45 to the 43. 7 yards for Tate Wolski, first down Cardinals.
Great run by Wolski as he was able to break tackles. It's nice to have a running back that can break tackles and keep moving forward.
Tate's going to have a decision to make. He's being recruited by several schools. Mayville State's interested. MSU Moorhead's very interested. 1st and 10. Carrington on the Thompson 43. Shotgun, everything to the left. Now they'll switch it. Tight end, wingback right. Zink left hip of Whitman. From the Tommies 43, Whitman, crisscross handoff. It's Wolski inside the 40. Wolski lowers his pad level at the 35. It gets to the 34 for 9 more for Tate Wolski. This is the kind of drive where if you score, the belief may go out of the Thompson sideline.
Right, Thompson really has not found any stability in this game yet, as Carrington's still completely in control and has all the momentum.
176 rushing yards for the Cardinals. 2nd down and 1 at the Thompson 34 left hash. 2 to the left, tight end wing back right, and now they will shift into the mud. 3 backs behind Wolski. Under the center, he takes the snap and gives it. Up the middle, Zink, first down to the 30, to the 29-yard line. 4 yards and a first down for Zink. You know, this is an easy sport to play, Vinny, when your offensive line is just dominating a football game.
Right, and it definitely makes the game a lot more fun if you're Carrington, because Carrington can do whatever they want. They can call the plays that they want, and even if the play doesn't go their way, it's not that much of a big kill.
72 rushing yards for Zink tonight. That gives him 553 on the season to go with 330 receiving yards. That's a good year for a running back. Orbit motion Harrington and a handoff. It's Zink inside the 30, cuts back at the 25, and Zink's all the way down to the 21 for 9 more. Make it 8 more. Zink is easily Carrington's top receiver. Wyatt Reed taking care of the camera lens, cleaning it for us. That tells me that it is raining down there. And it is 2nd down and 2 for the Cardinals. On the Thompson 21, actually, we can see the rain now on our window. 2nd and 2, mud offense. Under the center, Whitman. Takes the snap, gives Harrington going right with room, and then he got stood up by Noah Hippen after a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 1, but again, Vinny, Carrington are 5 of 8 on 3rd down, and many of them have been 3rd and 1, and this is another 3rd and 1.
Right, Thompson's just got to figure it out on 3rd down, because they have not been able to, anything that they've called, it just has not been working.
Carrington are on their 9th play of the drive, or I'm sorry, 8th play of the drive. Moving left to right, they have not run a pass play in the second half now in 2 weeks. And if they don't have to, they're not going to. 3rd and 1, mud offense. Whitman just blasts his way forward. He's still going. He's all the way inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, 7 yards and a first down. 4 minutes left in the third. Carrington are 6 of 9 on 3rd down. They came in 30% on the year on 3rd down. Doesn't look like it tonight, does it?
Definitely a great push by the offensive line. That play is not made to just get 10 yards like that. It's supposed to get you like 1 or 2.
Charlie Johnson checked out of the game. That's 320 pounds that are not on the field because they've worn Thompson out with this drive. Again, mud offense from inside the 15. And it's a handoff. Harrington going right inside the 10, shuffles off a man, and gets all the way inside the 5 to the 3. My goodness. Peyton Harrington, great run. He got about 8. Give him 9, in fact. It's 2nd and 1 again from the 4-yard line, 3:20 and counting of the third quarter. This is not close right now. It is all Carrington.
That's exactly what Carrington was hoping for in this game.
Thompson's never going to want to come back to Carrington again. Their volleyball team loses over here. Now the football team is getting manhandled by the Cardinals. 2nd and 1 under the center, Whitman. He leans forward. Max Whitman has his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. Touchdown Cardinals, 20-0 Carrington. He has doubled the amount. Actually, he's done more than that. He came in with 2 rushing touchdowns on the year. He's got 3 tonight. 20-0. A 4-yard touchdown. And now Harrington for the point. Out of the hold of McAloney. High snap. It's put down. The kick is blocked. And so, new score on the Bank Forward scoreboard with 2:46 to play in the third quarter. The third rushing touchdown of the night for Max Whitman has made it Carrington 20. And the Thompson Tommies, nothing. And Cardinal football will continue right after this.
The world never stands still, and every day brings new challenges to rise to. But nothing says you have to do it alone. Bremer Bank helped small businesses get more than $1.5 billion in PPP loans. And we're ready to help you and your business keep going and growing. Let's see what we can do together. Find out more at bremer.com.
20-0, Carrington. That is a 10-play, 59-yard drive that ends in the third rushing touchdown of the night for Max Whitman. Extra point was blocked. That's the first thing that's gone wrong tonight. Here's the kick from Peyton Harrington. Squibbed through the middle. It is muffed at the 22. It's loose on the floor, and Kruwolski may have gotten it. It's loose at the 23, and the Cardinals have it. Kruwolski made the recovery. My goodness, when it rains, it pours, and I don't mean the weather for Thompson. Wow, what a play by Kruwolski. And it was just never picked up.
It was a great angle by Kruwolski as he was the first one down there, and he was able to be in the right spot at the right time for the ball to just be on the ground.
A remarkable football game right now. Perfect kick by Peyton Harrington, too, right along the ground. Carrington at the 24-yard line. Shotgun orbit motion, Peyton Harrington. Handoff, McCade Zink going right. He angles back, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Technically, that does not go down as a turnover. It's just an onside kick recovery, which, if you could sign up for a 50-yard onside kick every week, I think every coach would take that. 20-0 Cardinals. They're threatening for more in the final 2:10 of the third quarter. Bear with us on YouTube. Wyatt's trying to keep it dry up there. Shotgun twins left, tight end wing back right, left hip is Zink. Whitman from the 24 of Thompson has the snap, runs play action. Max steps up, gets hit, gets sacked for a 10-yard loss. First sack of the night for Thompson. And it'll be third down and very long, 3rd down and 20 for the Cardinals.
That was good coverage by Thompson as every receiver looked like they were covered, so Max Whitman didn't know what to do.
So 3rd down and 18, officially an 8-yard loss. Maybe 4-down territory as well, because you're not going to kick a field goal from here, I don't think. Shotgun, 2 to the left, tight end wing back right, and our guy Wyatt is fighting the rain right now. It's a toss, and then an inside toss to Wolski. Well, that was something, and he didn't get anything. And so it's 4th and long for Carrington. They'll have to run the play this quarter.
Interesting call by the coach, as looks like that was a new play that we haven't seen.
We have not seen that play. I've been in Carrington for 2 seasons now. I have never seen that play. So a nice little wrinkle. It'll be 4th down and 18. They need the 13-yard line of Thompson to move the chains. Carrington is 1 for 1 on 4th down tonight. Down, rolling left is Whitman. Now he steps up. Max scrambles to his right. He stops. Now he takes off. 25. Inside the 20. Inside the 15. And he is very, very close, but he did not get it. Well, actually, hold that thought. No, he didn't get it. He got 15 of the 18.
He was really trying to buy as much time as he could, as he was hoping that one of his receivers were going to get open, but they just did not get open in time, and he had to take it.
Peyton was right where he was looking. Peyton was open.
It was actually a pretty good play by Max Whitman to get as close as he did.
Right, especially when you leave and declare yourself as a runner, get down 15 yards. He wasn't expecting to get to 15.
So now the final play of the third quarter, Oster from his own 16 rolls the pocket right and throws. It is caught to the 20. And Gabe Clifton, a sure tackle after 7 yards out to, I'm not sure who that was. We'll get it in a second. Oh, it was to Ripplinger. 7 yards to Ripplinger at the end of the third quarter. We have played 3 at Cardinal Stadium with the score, Carrington 20, Thompson nothing, and Cardinal football will continue in a moment.
When it's time to buy a new appliance for your home, remember DJ's Home Center. Did you know they are a locally owned business and that they have been serving this great community since 1993? DJ's Home Center services and delivers within 45 miles of Carrington, bringing you the best prices on all major brand appliances. So don't go anywhere else. Remember that DJ's Home Center is your local, low-price, best-trained appliance store. Located right by the roundabout. Go Cardinals.
Committed to serving you with compassion. Evans Funeral Home of Carrington and New Rockford. Always available with the care you require, even at the most difficult time. You can count on Evans Funeral Home to provide guidance and answers when it comes to pre-planning, finding the perfect monument or marker to honor your loved one, or for service arrangements. Contact Evans Funeral Home in New Rockford at 947-2911 or in Carrington at 652-3003.
We are back, and bear with us. Wyatt has brought here because he is in the rain upstairs, so bear with us on YouTube. Wyatt's going to get reset up, and we're going to get you this fourth quarter, which Thompson on the first play gets a first down out to the 32-yard line, an 8-yard pickup. So a first down, and from the 32 now. Rolling left, Oster. Oh, that's a high wobbling throw. That is, he caught that at the 40, another 8 yards. It's a nice catch by Joe Taylor.
Definitely a hard play as a receiver when you see the ball coming at you and it's not a spiral, you got to make a play.
So now, second down and 2 from their own 40 for Thompson, trailing 20-0 in the fourth quarter. And Oster is there. The ball comes out. Jacob Heinrichs falls on it. The Cardinals have it. A sack by Wolski, a fumble recovery for Heinrichs, and that's the perfect exclamation mark for the seniors.
Definitely everything has went Carrington's way in this game. That was definitely the icing on the cake for this night.
20-0, and that is the 6th turnover that Carrington has forced this year. A lower number than last year, but still. They have it at the Thompson 39, looking to absolutely put an end to any thought of the Tommies trying to get back in this football game. 2 receivers right, 2 wings, and a tight end left. Shotgun Whitman. He has the snap. Whitman fakes a screen, goes left inside the 40, 35. Look out, Max Whitman, 30. Max Whitman first down to the 26. Max Whitman over 100 yards, 99 this half.
Great run for Whitman as he was able to make something happen out of nothing.
Carrington at the 26-yard line. Do you want to shorten it and put it up on the thing, Wyatt? No. First and 10 at the 26.
You got it?
And in orbit motion is Peyton Harrington, and a handoff. It's McCade Zink inside the 15 to the 10. Zink at the 5. Zink all the way to the 2, but I wonder if this... McCade Zink gets all the way to the 2, but I wonder if the flag that came out is for 2 men in motion. It may be. Might be for 2 men in motion at once.
Definitely a hard run, though.
It is for 2 men in motion. Second penalty on the Cards for 15 yards. All right, Wyatt is all set up again. A great thanks to Wyatt Reed. That's part of our post game tonight. We'll get the whole crew in here and wrap up the season. Carrington has 1st and 15 on the Thompson 31. The great irony in this is that now the Cardinals know exactly how close they were to the playoffs. One bad Grafton interception away, perhaps. 2 receivers left, tight end, wingback right. Shotgun Whitman. He has the snap, and he's going to run it to the right. Max gets to the outside and gets taken down for a 4-yard loss. And it's 2nd down and 19.
That was a good pursuit angle by Thompson.
It was. I think it was Hippen that made the play, the linebacker, Noah Hippen. Second down and long. 9:25 and counting, 4th quarter. Bank Forward scoreboard reads Carrington 20, Thompson nothing. 2 to the left, a wing and a tight end to the left, and a running back to the left. Peyton Harrington, direct snap 30. Peyton Harrington all the way to the 25-yard line. He's got 9 more. And it's 3rd down and, 10. So give him 8. Cardinals have run for 233 yards. Last week they ran for 241. That's what, 474 yards in 2 weeks on the ground? That'll work. That will work. 3rd down and 10 on the Thompson 26 with 2 receivers left. Couple of wings and a tight end right. Empty formation for Whitman. The senior quarterback has the snap. He rolls to the right. He's going to cut it up at the 25 to the 20. Max Whitman down to the 18. He got 8 of it. It's 4th and 2. And Whitman has 103 yards this half.
Max Whitman's definitely leaving everything out there on the field for his last game.
He'll head down south and play for the Jamestown Blue Jays during hockey season. 4th down and 2, the ball at the 18. And, of course, they're going to go for this, and they're going to come out in the Wildcat. Peyton Harrington with all the heavy meat to the right. He's going to run it to the right. Big shock, and he's got a 1st down inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. Peyton Harrington gets 6 and a 1st down.
Definitely a good read by the running back there as he was able to hit the hole.
You know, on senior night, it has been the seniors who have stolen the show to this point. Whitman's 3 touchdown runs. All of these running backs are seniors. Can they get Maddox McAloney involved somehow? I don't think it's going to be on a pass because right now Thompson has not made Carrington throw the football. They haven't had to. 40 of their 44 plays are runs. Empty set for Whitman. He's got the snap. He's going to hand it off to Tate Wolski, who gets inside the 15 and ends up picking up 1.5 yards. Again, we say it, Vinny. On that play, he shouldn't have gained anything.
Right. He's a bit. There's been so many plays throughout this game where the Carrington players have had the ball in their hands and there's not any open options, but they've made something happen and gotten some positive yards.
278 total yards for Carrington. 105 for Thompson. The Carrington defense only allows 214 a game, and that number's going down after this one. Mud offense, 2nd and 9. 6:15 and counting, fourth quarter. And it's a handoff to the left side with room is Wolski. Inside the 10, inside the 5 to the 3. He's got 8. And it's 3rd and 1, and here we go again. 3rd down and very manageable.
Could be looking at another tush push.
You could, and you could be looking at a 4-touchdown night for Max Whitman. He's got 3 of them so far. They do come out in the mud offense, 20-0 Cardinals. Whitman, and I am going straight off of our monitor thanks to Wyatt because there's a lot of rain on our window. Under the center is Whitman. He will hand it off. McCade Zink. Well, he definitely doesn't have a touchdown, but he might have a first down. It's super close. No, it's 4th down. It is 4th down. And about half a yard. Carrington 2 for 3 on their 4th downs. So it's 4th down and super short. And they'll come out in the mud with 5 minutes and counting left in the 4th quarter. Actually, it's not the mud. It's the wild Tate with Wolski to take the snap. He's got the snap. He's going to run it right, and Tate Wolski is in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. 4:48 to play, a 2-yard touchdown run for Tate Wolski, and that is the nail in Thompson's coffin tonight. 26-0.
Definitely a great play by Wolski, and definitely a much well-deserved touchdown for Wolski.
It is his 4th touchdown of the season, his 3rd rushing score. Carrington will go for 2 because right now it's a little slick to be kicking, I think, the football. And so they'll come out in the mud again. Going for 2, up 26-0. Whitman will hand it off to the right, and Harrington has stood up behind the line of scrimmage. So the 2-point try fails, but with 4:48 to play, it is a very happy final one of the season for the Carrington Cardinals because they now lead Thompson by a count of 26-0 on the Bank Forward scoreboard, and Cardinal football will continue right after this.
Central City H2O of Carrington has all of your beverage, water bottle, dispenser, and vending needs covered. They serve a 15-county area and deliver to home, office, and work sites a line of water and other products. Visit CentralCityH2O.com or call 701-652-2141. Visit them on Facebook for more information about in-home and office deliveries and the products available. Hydrate your home and office. Central City H2O of Carrington. We supply the water and vending you need where you need it.
Another beautiful drive by the Carrington Cardinals, finished off by a 2-yard Tate Wolski run. The try for 2 failed. It doesn't matter that much because Carrington leads Thompson 26-0. Peyton Harrington with another kickoff coming from right to left. At this point, if you're Thompson, I mean, you want to get out of here healthy. You might as well get your starters out of there. And another squib kick fallen on at the Thompson 32, fallen on by Brent Adams. I mean, when you're going into the playoffs, you have got to feel good about yourself going into it. There is nothing about Thompson's performance that is going to make them feel good about tonight.
Right, Thompson has not been able to find anything that works for him as they have hit 0 points on the board. Definitely great plays by Carrington.
They do not pull their starters. High formation. Carrington's not going to because they want these seniors to finish the game. And a handoff. That's not Jan, though. And it's about 3 yards for the running back, Penez. Rylan Penez gets about 3. Well, look, you never want to forget your last high school football game. These seniors are not going to. 26-0, they lead. Pistol trips right. Oster to throw. He steps up. He throws middle incomplete. Or was it caught? No, it was not. Incomplete. Carrington have given up 29 yards through the air, and check that. 39 yards through the air and 70 yards on the ground. I mean, it's been complete domination.
Definitely a lot of things have gone Carrington's way, and it continues to be like that.
3rd and 7 at the 35-yard line. Power pistol left, 2 receivers left. And Oster wants to throw off play action. He throws deep middle, incomplete. Jacob Bason's almost got there to pick it off. He was looking for Cash Danner. It's a 3-and-out.
Definitely not what Thompson was hoping for.
They are 0 for 7 on 3rd down. Have mercy. 4th and 7, and the punt unit is on. Hurst to punt it to Whitman or Basons. That rain's really coming down on the field. The wind has picked up as well considerably. It's a high snap, and it's a line drive kick to the Carrington sideline that bounces out of bounds at about the 35, I believe. That's exactly where it bounced out of bounds. A 30-yard punt and no return. And now the Cardinals, one final possession this year. 3:54 left. I would imagine that right about now is when it starts hitting these guys because the game is decided. They're not going to lose the football game.
Right.
This is when it starts hitting them. That a heck of a ride is ending. It'll be the Mud offense. And we'll talk to Kyle Smith in postgame. We'll talk to Max Whitman in postgame. Mud offense, handoff, Zink. Gets about 2. Does McCade. How about Max Whitman? Comes back after a few years away from the sport. Gets 4 wins. Combines. As now Max Whitman has checked out. McCade Zink has checked out to a good ovation. Those 2 guys are out. Max Whitman combines now for 11 touchdowns this year after not playing for so long. Parker Bickett is in. And he will hand it off to Peyton Harrington with room at the 40. And then he's slung down, 3-yard pickup. It's 3rd down and 5 with 3 minutes left. And Carrington up 26-0. Checking out Peyton Harrington for the last time. He's replaced by Callan Wolski. So Crew already made a big play, and now Callan's in there. Got one proud papa standing to our left here in the booth. 3rd down and 5. Carrington 6 of 12 on their 3rd downs. Bickett hands it right side. Jacob Basons has a 1st down to the 42-yard line. JB with 7. Another 1st down for the Cards.
Great run by Basons.
And now Tate Wolski checks out for Braden Ostrasil. And again, we know Tate's football career is not over. The only thing that would end his football career is if he chose to just do the baseball thing. But that would be a choice. 2 minutes left. Mud offense. Reserve players in there. And a handoff right up the middle. And across midfield. Look at the pile move. This is like a rugby scrum. And it goes all the way to the Thompson 46 for about 8 yards. I don't even know who got the carry. Callan Wolski got the carry. Well, now we know. No chance Kevin was going to let us miss that one.
Great push for the O-line as they were able to give Callan Wolski some room.
Also, I kind of fear for my job. He did it better than I did on that play. 2nd down and 2 on the Thompson 46. Same formation, Mud offense. See if Big O can get a carry. And no, Carrington will take a knee. They'll have to do that one more time. You talk about the perfect ending to a season. Granted, Carrington would love to have made the postseason. Wyatt, focus on the sideline. Focus on the sideline for the seniors. One more kneel down for Parker Bickett. An absolutely perfect ending to a season that's ending, you can't help but think, a little too soon. Bickett takes a knee, and that is how the season comes to a close. It comes to a close in absolutely dominant fashion. Carrington defeats the Thompson Tommies tonight at Cardinal Stadium by a final count of 26-0. It's hitting some of the seniors now. Cody Otto took a knee just a moment ago. You see the players coming to the sideline to share one last hug. Cody Otto's leading them through the handshake line. The Cardinals win it 26-0 tonight over the Thompson Tommies. We'll get Coach and Max Whitman in post-game. We'll have stats, scores, and then we'll bid this season adieu after Carrington finish it with a 26-0 win, and Cardinal football continues in a moment.
When you work with your local Pioneer team, you gain hard-working partners who strive to know your every acre. Doug Retzlaff is your local Pioneer Seed sales representative in Carrington. Call Doug at Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC. He will do the best to match the right product on the right acre and supply you with unparalleled choices of Pioneer Seed products treated with Lumigen brand seed treatment to protect your investment. Doug and his team also carry a complete lineup of livestock feed and minerals. Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC in Carrington, near the roundabout.
Napa is your source for quality auto parts for your car or truck in Carrington. Let us use our Napa know-how to help you find the right battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, or other parts you need to get your job done. We also stock tools, equipment, and many other items for cars, heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farm equipment. Order your parts online or drop by today at 490 8th Street North. Call 652-3663. Your Carrington Napa Auto Parts team looks forward to serving you today.
On the field, every second counts, and when injuries happen, you need a hometown advantage. At JRMC Orthopedics, our local team offers fast access to expert care, so you don't have to travel out of town. From sprains and all the way to joint replacements, every same day, we've got you covered. The best plays start with getting back in the game. Orthopedic care that keeps you moving. It's right here. Visit jrmcnd.com to learn more.
This is Andrew Matt, a member of the Carrington High School Sources of Strength. Here's a tip on how to be kind to your mind. Practice good sleep habits, don't zone out on social media. Instead, aim for 8 hours of sleep. This message is brought to you by CHS Sources of Strength and the Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition.
KDAK The Cardinal and I3G Media are proud to partner with the Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition to bring you these messages.
Back at Cardinal Stadium, the Carrington Cardinals finished their 2025 season with a 26-0 win over the Thompson Tommies. B.J. Walters, Vinny Rappel, also Wyatt Reed with you. They'll join me on camera shortly after we get Coach and Max. But, Vinny, you just said it before we came back. There were a lot of ways this game could have conceivably went. You looked at how comparable the scores were from the two teams. You look at, the statistics of the two teams. 26-0 was not in the script coming in. It's in the script now because Carrington made it in the script.
Right. Statistically, nobody was expecting a blowout win by Carrington, but they were able to come in here, and for those seniors, it's great for them to end on a high note.
It's a great high note. It also really stings that last week in the fourth quarter, Thompson came back against Grafton. It stings that you couldn't get the 1 yard against the Spoilers. It stings that Harvey hits the field goal because these last 2 weeks, it feels like Carrington was really hitting their stride.
Right, they definitely could have made a good impact on the playoffs this year, but that's how sports roll.
It is. Let's give you some of the team numbers. Carrington outgains Thompson. Understand we don't count the 2 kneel downs in this. 308 to 108. Yes, Thompson is probably trying to keep things close to the vest. They don't want Hillsborough seeing much. But that is not the kind of performance you want to take into the playoffs.
Right, it definitely makes Thompson wonder what they got to figure out and what plays are going to work for them in the postseason. They're going to have a big week of practice and get as prepared as they can for next week.
It is probably Hillsborough Central Valley. By the way, Carrington won 4 games this year. 3 shutouts in the 4 wins that they got. 3 shutouts. It is going to be the first time in quite some time that Carrington has done that. In fact, let's find that number for you because we do know when it was. The last time Carrington had 3 shutouts in a season was the first 3 games of the 2018 season when they beat Kindred 20-0, Harvey 42-0, and West Hope 48-0. They also had a 4th shutout that year over Park River 38-0. We came into the year knowing Carrington's defense was going to be good. They were good this year.
Right, they definitely were, and there was definitely a lot of growth from the beginning of the year as they started off with little a list of things to figure out, but then throughout the year they were able to figure things out, and it definitely showed us on the field when they you end that game with a 4th quarter 0 on the other sideline. It's definitely a good feeling.
Carrington gives up 13 points per game for the year. Man, oh man. Pretty good stuff. All right. Individually, Max Whitman was 1 of 4 for 30 yards. He didn't have to be anything more than 1 of 4 for 30 yards because he also carried the ball 9 times for 107 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also, 82 yards for McCade Zink, 44 yards for Peyton Harrington, 38 yards and a touchdown for Tate Wolski, 7 yards for Jacob Basons, 8 yards for Callan Wolski. The only completion to Gabe Clifton. For Thompson, 5 of 11 for 39 yards for Gavin Oster, 2 catches for the outstanding Cash Danner, 52 yards for the running back Charlie Yawn. 24 of those came on 1 rush and 40 of them came on 2. The other 10 carries went for 12 yards. Carrington did a wonderful job of completely bottling up this Thompson offense. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have Coach, we'll have Max to talk to when Cardinal football continues in just a moment.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
When you work with your local Pioneer team, you gain.
Rest assured that you'll be treated with the care and respect you deserve at Central Pharmacy. Conveniently located in the heart of Carrington and New Rockford, Central Pharmacy delivers the kind of attention and commitment to improving your health care that the big box stores just can't. Central Pharmacy does it all, from medical supplies to prescriptions, health and wellness concerns. Plus, we have a great selection in our gift, boutique, and decor departments. Visit us on Facebook for up-to-date info. Central Pharmacy.
Is it time for you to switch banks? Hi, I'm Tiffany Paulson at Bank Forward in Carrington. At Bank Forward, we have everything you get from a big bank, but we're small enough to give you exceptional service. Make the switch and let us show you the Bank Forward difference. Call 652-2852 or visit bankforward.com today. Putting the customer first since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
We are back at Cardinal Stadium. Carrington 26-0 over the Thompson Tommies tonight. we're going to have Max Whitman and Kyle Smith, who are engaging in an embrace right now at the 13-yard line as the seniors come off the field one last time. And Kyle and Max are going to head our way. I think we'll get Kyle first. I think that makes a lot of sense. Vinny, you're going to experience these emotions come spring with New Rockford Cheyenne baseball whenever, that comes to an end, be it regular season, playoff, whatever. The emotions are because when you play with the same group for so long, it's more than just teammates. They're brothers.
Right, exactly. And having that brotherhood is definitely something that makes the games a lot more fun, and definitely is really hurts the heart sometimes when you
You're just a little choked up thinking about it now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we won't bother you about that yet. We'll bother you in May about that before we put you to work in June. So we're about to be joined by Cardinal head football coach Kyle Smith. And his team get him career win tonight, number 47 for Kyle Smith. A 4-win season. And the Cardinal head coach joins us now. And, Coach, you talked about in pregame, your message to the seniors was make it one you'll never forget.
And
boy,
they sure
did they.
Did they ever? I told them when they're old and gray and balding like me, they're going to remember that one. What a great effort. Even the ref on the sideline said, what an energetic sideline. I haven't seen anything like that all year. So tribute to all our kids.
It would be so easy to come in and just get through it, right? But your guys from that first drive on set a physical tone that Thompson could not match.
And that was our challenge to the kids, be more physical than them, and it looked like we could be on film, and they were. And we had an awesome week of practice considering, we didn't have anything to play for, but the kids had a 4-5 record to play for. They had a lasting memory to play for. And, winning this game, we have one more kid in the all-region. So they had a lot on the line, even though we're not going to make the playoffs. I think we proved that we're probably a playoff team. We can't go back and do those games again, but, boy, what a way to end it for the seniors.
It is the first time since 2018 that you've had 3 shutouts in 1 year. You and I talked in the summer about how good this defense was going to be. The math checks out, so you gave up 13 points per game this year.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I think 2018 we were rated number 1 in the state for a while. And, it shows you what these kids are capable of. And I wasn't expecting a score like this. I was expecting a 14-12 game. That seems to be one of Thompson's favorite scores this year. But again, just a tribute to our kids for grinding it out. We had kids playing with broken bones and torn up shoulders, and just a bunch of character kids. And I'm going to miss them all.
All right, let's talk about it. I did not bring it up during pregame because I wanted to wait until after the game. But you lose 9 seniors who are not just bodies in jerseys. These guys, being around them as much as I am, I can tell how much it means to them. What's this group mean to you?
I tell you what a bunch of quiet leaders, not a lot of vocal kids, but kids that come to practice every day. They work hard. They expect a lot out of everyone, not just themselves. And I wish for them we could go back and play 2 or 3 games earlier in the season. But, it's going to be hard to replace 9 bodies. Again, like you said, not just 9 bodies, but 9 athletic kids that contribute to our program. I told them after the game, that's a great lead by example, and especially when in a situation like we played in today, they were no quit all year. Games we were down, they gritted it out, and a bunch of great kids and great character. And
I'm sure it's especially special for you with the guy we're about to talk to. I saw the embrace that you and Max had at about the 15-yard line. That was really cool of him to come back and play for you this year.
Yeah, it was. That's what I gave him a big hug and said, why in the heck weren't you playing football for the past 3 years? But what a great athlete. Again, another great leader, very intelligent kid. Stepped into a role as quarterback his senior year. All that terminology is brand new. Everything is, since 7th grade, he said last time he played, it just shows you the talent he has, the skill he has, and the brain he has in on his head, and just a what a great kid, and I can't wait to watch him go play hockey now.
Yeah, for the Blue Jays. Coach, thanks so much all season. We'll talk to you next week for the show, but thanks so much.
Thanks. Appreciate it, BJ.
That's Cardinal head coach Kyle Smith. We're going to get his senior quarterback who's working through the emotions, and you know what? You can hardly blame him. Max Whitman. Max, you had one completion tonight for 30 yards, but you had a 100-yard half running the football in the second half. You had 3 touchdowns. Could you have dreamed of a last game better than that?
No, not at all. I mean, 26-0 shutout, and I had 3 rushing touchdowns. I mean, that's good as it gets.
What does tonight mean to you, having come back, not playing since middle school, and getting to do it with these guys? You guys are awfully close.
Yeah.
We should tell the listener that first. You guys are awfully close. What did it mean to get to do this year?
It meant everything to me. Honestly, those are all my best friends. Excuse me, but I play hockey, obviously, so I don't really get to play many sports with these guys. I guess I'm not very traditional for a small-town kid, but coming back and playing with my best friends, I mean, meant the world.
What were those last couple minutes like, and how cool was it to get that ovation when you came off the field?
Oh, it was awesome, but the tears started right when I came off. You know, I couldn't keep it in, but it was fun.
Well, thanks for coming out, because that was a lot of fun to watch you this year. You finish up with 11 touchdowns on the season, which, there's not a whole lot of high school kids who can take a 5-year break from football, come back, and just have an 11-touchdown season, no problem. So congratulations, Max.
Thank you.
Max Whitman joining us. We'll come back, and we'll get the whole crew in here because it's our last one for the year as well. And we'll do that when Cardinal football continues in a moment.
Guard Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Guard Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Guard Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Guard Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300. Guard Dental wishes good luck.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns head.
Back at Cardinal Stadium, before we wrap it up and get the entire crew in here, we owe you a station ID on the Voice of the Cardinals.
The Cardinal is AM 1600 KDAK Carrington and FM 100.1 K261EW Carrington. Locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
Cardinals 26, Thompson nothing. BJ Walters, Vinny Rappel, Wyatt Reed. You can wave all you want, Wyatt. That's all right. Our eyes in the sky for most of this season. You know, this is our first sport completing since we became the official streaming home of Carrington Athletics. And it just so happens that Max Whitman's mom is the reason that we have Vinny. She teaches Vinny in New Rockford, and Vinny said, I really want to go into broadcasting. And Jennifer said, well, I might know a guy. And sure enough, a couple months later, it's been awesome to have you. I mean, you're not going anywhere, but in fact, you and I have more work to do this fall, but it's been awesome having you. I hope you're able to learn something through this football season, and thanks for joining our team.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Wyatt is, you guys hear Wyatt on the radio all the time. He's got the weather in the morning. He's got the news headlines. He says, hey, I'll give filming football a try. After the Sargent County game, he says, I got to do that every week. I'm your guy. Don't let anyone else do it, okay? All right, you got it. Wyatt's still going to be around. He's going to help us with basketball, probably help us in the spring with softball and baseball as well. But I just wanted to take a minute to give this crew their credit because your play-by-play guy is only as good as the guy shooting the videos and the guy providing the analysis on these broadcasts. So thanks so much. We see the seniors all taking a big picture out above the Cardinal logo. That'll certainly make the rounds on social media. Wyatt's as good as he is, of course, he's going to get that for you. Might have to, there we go. Great shot of the seniors doing that. Let's talk about the seniors. And Vinny, you jump in where you can because you know a lot of these guys living only 20 miles away and pretty much growing up with these guys. I'm just going to go down the list. Peyton Harrington, multi-sport athlete. He's going to be very good this spring in track because he always is. Peyton Harrington.
He's definitely grown a lot from the beginning of the year, and you could definitely tell as he was able to make a lot of big changes, and he was able to be a big asset to the team.
Had a great end of the season as well. McCade Zink, he's also going to be a track star, and he's just a wonderful athlete.
Right, he definitely is, and he was able to show off his speed throughout the whole year.
We talked about it, but Max Whitman didn't play football for a long time, came back this year, 11 touchdowns.
He definitely stepped up into a big role this season as he was able to lead this team as a quarterback, and he did a great job.
You're also going to hear a lot from this next guy that we talk about because it's still his seat for girls basketball. It's Vinny's for boys basketball, but it's his seat for girls basketball, and that's Tate Wolski. I mean, what can you possibly say about Tate?
Right, he definitely has been one of the biggest parts of this team as he's been a captain on both sides of the ball, and he's definitely led the defense really well with all of his tackles this year.
Maddox McAloney had a couple touchdowns last year. This year it was more of a run-heavy offense, so it's not his fault that he didn't have as many touchdowns. But here's a kid that in a month will be getting ready to be a very key contributor on that boys basketball team.
Right, he definitely was another big asset to the team as he was able to be that main guy that people trusted to make the big blocks.
Jacob Basons is a kid who I didn't know much about him, and then he pitched in a game against Langdon in the spring of 24, and that was kind of his athletic coming out party. He's been a big part of football and baseball ever since.
Right, he was definitely a great captain on this team as well as he was able to be in the same role as Maddox. He was able to be that guy to make big blocks, and he was able to be one of their main coverage guys.
Here's all you really need to know about Cody Otto. Over the next 2 weeks, he will go get an MRI that will show just how completely destroyed his shoulder has been for 2 years. He's going to play college football, and the only reason why he's going to go get the scans is because college coaches want him to get the scans. This is a kid that is as tough as they come.
Right, he definitely showed how tough he is throughout the whole year as he was able to be a big part of that defensive line.
Connor Gast is a young man that had a fantastic summer, got hurt after the first game, wasn't able to play anymore, but here's a kid who took the coaching to heart and got better before his injury.
Right, he definitely was definitely a good captain of the team as he was strong heart as he had to sit on the sideline the whole year, but he definitely did as much as he could to contribute.
Jacob Heinrichs is a guy that last year didn't get a ton of starts. He was the 6th offensive lineman. He was the 5th defensive lineman. This year, he starts the year on both lines, tries to finish a game with a broken finger, unsuccessfully, of course, gets it braced up. 2 weeks later, he's back, another hard-nosed kid.
Right, he definitely was stepped into a big role this season as he was one of the main guys on the line offensively and defensively.
So those are the 9 seniors for Carrington football in 2025. We'll come back and wrap up the season when Cardinal football continues in just a moment.
CHI St. Alexis.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
the acute care clinic.
Carrington!
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecare-centers.com and make an appointment today. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
We're back at Cardinals Stadium. Let's do some scores real quick. Park River over Harvey Wells County at the half, 16-0. Langdon over Grafton at the half, 20-0. Southern McLean, Charles Dickinson, Trinity at the half, but it's only 7-6. And Beulah and Bowman County are 6-6 at the half. Lisbon has beaten Sargent County 6-0. It keeps Lisbon alive. It probably puts them in the playoffs. We'll talk about it tomorrow. By the way, you will be able to hear the full 9 yards tomorrow at 6 on KDAK, the Cardinal. We'll just put it into the schedule for you. Other games tonight, Minot North eliminating Jamestown. It is 42-0 at the break. St. Mary's has beaten Watford City quite impressively, 35-12. And Vinny, I'm going to need your help on this one. St. John has destroyed North Prairie 40-14. What?
That was definitely interesting to me, as I've played against both of those teams, and I definitely thought that North Prairie was the better team, but St. John showed that they can compete.
4 wins now, if they were to beat New Rockford, would not have to play Lemoore. North Prairie would have to play Lemoore. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. You had a score update from that game?
Yeah, I believe in the first quarter, in the first 5 minutes of the game, it was 14-8.
In favor of?
In favor of New Rockford.
All right, let's just see if we can find. Let's just see if we can find a stream. It is 40-16 at the half. New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock leading. That brings us to our next assignment, which is next Saturday. New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock will take on Hatton Northwood, and we will be there for it. Noon for the Full 9 Yards podcast. 12:30. For the broadcast pregame. Vinny, I'm not going to ask you what the expectation is. The expectation is to lift another trophy in a month. But New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock have maybe not been quite as dominant as they were last year. This is still the team to beat. And if you want to win the title, you still have to go through Elliot Belquist's team.
Right, there's a lot of great athletes in New Rockford's team, and Belquist is a great coach, but just because they got playoffs coming doesn't mean it's going to be easy. They're still going to have to make a lot of good plays and show how dominant they are.
They have won, if they win tonight, they will have won 21 in a row. You can get the recap story of tonight's game. In fact, Vinny will be writing it. And for those of you listening in New Rockford, if you are and you're not at your game right now, I don't know why you would be, we got something special for you at halftime next week. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because we don't want to spoil it, but Vinny had a great idea, and we're going to go with it. Vinny's got a ton of great ideas. All right, so that is it for the Carrington football season in 2025. My great thanks to our crew, Wyatt and Vinny, our entire team at KDAK, the Cardinal. That includes General Manager Lynn Lambrecht, as well as Amanda Hastings and Callie Widmer and Jess Sabinash, and the voice you're about to hear from, David Burrell. Now, speaking on behalf of all of them and our entire crew here at Carrington, including Superintendent Janelle Helm, Athletics Director Carla Michelson, and High School Principal Connor Weber, my name is VJ Walters. It's not the perfect ending, as Carrington would like to be playing next weekend, but if this was the end, this is the one they wanted. Final score tonight on the Bank Forward scoreboard, Carrington 26, Thompson nothing. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night from the Central City.
Carrington Cardinal football has been brought to you by Gar Dental, Central City Lumber, CHI St. Alexius Carrington Medical Clinic, Professional Eye Care Centers, Carrington Drug, Headlocks, Arrowwood Prairie Co-op, Central City H2O, Bickett Insurance, Sendak, Bassett Motors, Bank Forward, High Plains Equipment, Carrington Dental Care,
Dakota Central, Bremer Bank, DJ's Home Center, Evans Funeral Home, Leading Edge Equipment, Farmers Union Insurance, Randy Huey Agent, Retzlaff Seed and Supply, Napa Auto Parts, Jamestown Regional Medical Center, Central Pharmacy, and the Carrington Healthy Communities Coalition. The proceeding has been a presentation of I3G Media Sports on 1600 AM 100.1 FM The Cardinal and the Cardinal YouTube channel.
It's now time for forecast details from Ag Central meteorologist Mick Kerr.